Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is the Vinyl Collection, Looking Through the Record Shelves, episode 44, where we go through our record collection here on this live stream. It's a live chat, so if you want to join us in the chat, I welcome you to do that. There's already folks there. Deke is there. Derek is there. It's good to see you guys. What a big show we got today. Let me tell you, this is going to be crazy. Because, we got a regular roundup of guests, but we also have a huge special guest that's going to legitimize this whole thing we've been doing for a year. It's that big. So stay tuned for that. My name is Bill. I'll be your presenter and host for this little bit of the show. And like I said, going through the record shelves and whatever else we find of interest. And we just plain have a good old time with each other. Let me bring on the people you're looking for. Our guests, the vinyl pundits, are here. Let me bring them into the chat, into the show. There we got Kevin buried on Mars. We got Curtis, and huge special guest star Mike Ladano is here. LeBrain Train in the house.
When's the special guest getting here?
Make them feel welcome. Huge star on the show.
Whatever.
Huge star.
Dude,
huge.
I've been copying your shtick all this time.
Okay. Don't tell him that. That'll go right to his head.
Okay. Sorry, I'm new here.
You're such a big get that I made us late to do my laundry. Here's underwear.
Oh, good. Oh, finally getting to the good stuff.
You know, if we're looking for laundry, I just happen to have some.
Yes.
Hit the subscribe button, people.
Yes.
This is a collection show. We didn't really can be whatever.
Yep. Vinyl adjacent today is going to be these lovely Hanes boxers. I swing both ways when it comes to underwear. You know,
boxers.
Yep, boxers
only. No briefs.
Sometimes, I like it nice and snug. It depends on the clothes I'm wearing.
No, I don't wear those clothes anymore.
Yeah, if you wear your tights, you can't really have boxers under there. Is that what you mean, Curtis?
Yeah. It's hard.
Yoga pants.
You can't wear boxers if it's tight because it's going to get all bunched up and it's going to,
So Lululemons, no boxers. I see what you're saying.
What is Lululemon? Is that?
Listen to him.
It's like women's sportswear.
Okay.
Kevin's so precious,
right?
I thought it was like a fancy fast food place.
I don't go to the mall. This is where I shop. I go to Mark's Work Warehouse.
Dating site.
I go to Mark's Work Warehouse and Giant Tiger. Those are my shopping places. Used to be Value Village, but they got too pricey. They're too expensive.
I go to the Christmas tree. I go underneath the Christmas tree at Christmas, and that's where I go shopping.
Yeah.
Yes.
I go shopping in apparently Japan.
Oh,
well, yeah.
Big tease.
Nice. Yeah, these parcels here, I don't even know what's in them. I know what's in one of them, but the other two I don't know.
Are you gonna be opening something?
I've been waiting.
Yeah. He opens up once we hit 25 likes. So start sending out emails.
It's worse than Christmas. They've been sitting here in my chair, just sitting here, and I can't open them. All evening, I'm just sitting. I'm eating my chicken wings. They're just sitting there looking at me.
One day I'll be on the vinyl collection and I'll get to open them. Well, that day has arrived, friend.
Get those likes in there. Okay, so again, I'd like to say thank you to Kevin coming on by. It's good to see Kevin back on the show. Good to see you, sir. And for those of you who don't remember, we have Curtis as well. Little C back in the house.
What? This is not sticking, the little C, is it?
You keep doing it. You keep doing it.
It's clearly a capital C.
If I could make this bigger, I would make it bigger.
I can see it's an uppercase.
You don't want to
compare the C. Compare that C to the C in STC, and you can see there's a difference in the C.
You don't want to be known as the big C. That is not.
Well, the big C is kind of already taken.
Yeah.
So
maybe add a few more letters.
Can I just be the regular sized C? The average C.
George Costanza already tried to give himself his own nickname. It doesn't work that way.
Okay, well, I'm not trying to give myself a nickname, but I believe there should be nickname veto. Like, just because someone wants to give you a nickname doesn't mean it has to stick. And I want to use my nickname veto on Little C.
We could call you Coco the Monkey if you want.
I'll take Coco the Monkey.
You'll take Coco?
Why not? Yeah.
Coco's a good nickname.
You know what they used to call me in high school? I don't know how this got stuck because I do not deserve this moniker. But in high school, they used to call me Cujo.
I think Deke in the comments is suggesting CC DeVille.
I like that.
I don't think we should go with anything Curtiss likes. It's got to be something he doesn't like. And if he doesn't like Little C,
imagine Kevin, calling him Cujo.
No.
Cujo. Yeah. I was known for being just vicious, slobbering from the mouth often. You didn't want to mess with me. I was scrappy for sure. But Kevin, you nicknamed yourself Buried on Mars.
Oh no, that's
not a nickname. That's a website.
Yeah, and that was given to me when I went to Mars, and I buried myself there.
I saw that movie. Yeah, you were played by Matt Damon.
Is that who that was? Yeah, that's right.
So Kevin said, or Sarah says that Lululemon is women's sportswear for those size 5 and under. But I know for a fact that my buddy Joe shops at Lululemon. I don't know what he buys there, but he does.
We're learning something new about your friend Joe that he was trying to tell you and you weren't listening.
Well, so Mike Ladano, you were on the show. Please tell us, for those of us who are unfamiliar, your story. What's the deal? Who is Mike Ladano? What is LeBrain?
Well, the guy asked me, tell your story. And I've already written 887 chapters of it as of today, I think.
Mega blogger.
Go to Mike Ladano. Fuck, which side is it? Down here. Right there. There we go. MikeLadano.com. Just go there. We're on chapter 887 in the life story of Mike Ladano, the obsessive compulsive music collector who you have on your screen with you tonight.
Right on.
Mike, you used to work at a record store or a CD store, a music store, I guess, for about a decade or so, a decade and a half or something like that. And that's what a lot of your stories are about, are your adventures working in a music store.
I call it record store tales.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, I started in that retail world in 94 and exited in 2006. And it's the best of times. It was the worst of times. And I have an absolutely massive collection. That's a portion of it. That's just the overspill that doesn't fit on the CD towers.
And was it a used store or a...
I don't want to get into too much specifics.
It's okay. There's many used stores in Southern Ontario.
This is like when Joe won't talk about his McDonald's days.
Well, I understand that Mike
there were certain contractual agreements made that certain parties wouldn't be identified because of the nature of the record store tales.
Right, but you could say it whether it was a used store or a new retail store.
I would say the majority of what we sold was probably used.
Okay.
With a wink.
Okay.
I'm going to be coy about this. I'm going to be coy. This isn't my usual audience here.
Were you like taking stuff off the back of a truck or something like that? Why?
Okay, so you're obviously fishing for a story, so I'll throw a story out to you.
There we go.
We specialized in buying used product from the public. Now, as you may know, gentlemen, I understand that you gentlemen are collectors, so you've probably been in secondhand stores before and may even have sold things to secondhand stores before. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with the bylaws in Ontario, but generally anybody in the province of Ontario needs to present a piece of government-issued photo ID every time they sell something to said store. You may be familiar with this. Anyway, long story short, there were these guys that used to come into the store on a regular basis, every 2 to 3 days. And I haven't told the story before, by the way. I haven't told the story before. I haven't been able to do it in such a way. We used to call them the pizza guys.
Hit subscribe, people.
The pizza guys. And we used to call them the pizza guys because they used to serve up hot, fresh slices of discs. And I'm talking like sometimes even before they were actually released.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes. It was obviously an inside job from HMV.
Mm-hmm.
But we did our due diligence. We took that government-issued photo ID and worked with law enforcement in order to catch these guys. And part of that was we had to keep buying from them evidence. So we amassed...
For 10 years.
Not 10 years. This is actually just in the early years. This kind of thing faded out. But peaked around 1996, and a guy would come in with a duffel bag full of 200 discs. And there would be 5 sealed copies of, this is 1996, Much Dance 96. There would be 5 sealed copies of that. There'd be 5 sealed copies of what else was big. Name the top 10 in 1996. And
Shania Twain.
Right. Exactly. No doubt.
Alanis Morissette.
Morissette was still
REM.
huge. I think they were between albums at that point. Maybe Automatic for the People.
Nice try, Curtis. Swing
anyway,
good work, Cujo.
Anyway, long story short, I don't know if they ever caught these guys. They just eventually just kind of disappeared. Until a few years ago, because I'm the kind of guy that Googles shit. And I decided to Google one of the guys' names that I remembered. And of course, there were several local news articles about this man who is now a member of a local organized crime group selling meth. He went to jail for selling meth, started selling stolen CDs, and ended up graduating to meth. I don't know if he's still in jail or not. He lived down the street from me. That was freaky. He lived down the street.
Wow.
I'd be driving home and I'd be like, holy shit, he's going into his house, you know? I'm glad those days are over because those guys creeped me. I remember one time it was Christmas and the guy came in and he was talking to the boss and he's like, what do you want? Like, I'll bring you whatever you want. In a way, I'm kind of like your employee. And I was just like...
Mm.
and of course, everybody's like, no. But the way the guy said it, I was just like, holy mother of God. I'm kind of your employee. No, Mike, you're not.
I've got so many questions for you right now.
Yeah.
So one,
I'm probably gonna get an email from a lawyer in the morning.
You actually, your involvement in this led to the capture and arrest of
No, they just disappeared. They up and disappeared. I don't know if they got caught. Cujo, as if, eh? I don't know if they got caught. I don't know the deal.
Are you familiar with the expression "snitches get stitches"? You realize this is a show that's going to be on the internet forever.
Oh, man.
That's why I said there's going to be emails from lawyers in the morning.
Someone could run it. I wouldn't be worried about lawyers if I were you. I'd be worried about... Canadian John Gotti's friends. What are you talking about?
I haven't said anything that you can't look up in the KW record.
Look, this isn't Mike Ladano. This is a character that he plays on this show. It's not the real Mike Ladano. So
this guy's starting to freak me out a little bit.
And is there like a big Canadian mobster scene? I don't really know. I'm the solo American here right now.
Oh, you're not even in Canada?
No, I'm in California.
He's actually in Hollywood. He's literally in
explains
Hollywood.
This daylight coming through his window.
Yeah.
I would think that you would find our organized crime quite comical by your standards.
Is everyone when it's like, hey, you got the VIG, you got the VIG? It's like, I don't got the VIG. Okay, sorry, I'll be back next week.
Help me out here. What is the VIG?
The VIG is the Kevin, explain the VIG. You're Italian.
I am too, but what's the VIG?
First of all, there is organized crime in Canada, and it's serious business, man. Serious business.
Is it? Okay.
I mean, it's not as big as the States, of course, because there's more people there, but the
he knows.
The VIG is what. Okay, so if you make a bet, right, on something, you have to pay the boss. Like everything's got to go up. No, you got to pay. The boss gets a cut of everything. Right. So if you want to get in on a high stakes bet, right? If you want to make, like, say you got $5,000 and you want to make a $20,000 bet, right? The only way you're going to be able to make that bet is if you pay the big, meaning that you pay the guy up top. He gets his cut no matter what. So no matter if you win, he gets his cut. If you lose, he gets his cut no matter what. So if you make the bet, and you're out $5,000 because you lost $5,000 on the, you still got to pay the vig. You still got to pay the guy upstairs. So you not only lose the $5,000, you lose whatever percentage his is, which is usually around 20%, maybe 25%, depending on what kind of deal you want to make. Vig. So there you go.
There you go.
One time, a guy came into the store looking for the Clockwork Orange soundtrack because he needed it to pump him up before a court case. And he asked us, "Do you like the drugs?"
And what was your answer?
No. But seriously, yeah, he wanted this freaking Clockwork Orange CD. And he actually said, do you like the drugs? Like the drugs? And he needed it for a court case. There you go. I'm done telling stories.
See, I know Mike's got tons of stories.
These are good.
Yeah, I told you. He's got tons.
Oh, man. I mean...
See, the problem was that he saw that we had it, but we couldn't sell it yet because in Ontario there's a 14-day hold policy.
Right.
Oh, you only have a 14. I think in the States it's supposed to be 30.
It's different from region to region. I shouldn't have said Ontario. I think in Guelph it's 30 days. In Kitchener it was 15.
Here, when I first moved here, it was 3 months.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so if you sold something, you could go back there like 2.5 months later and say, you know that thing I sold you? I don't really want you to sell that. So
there's a place called Guelph.
Americans pronounce it Guelph.
But it's said Guelph?
Guelph. It's actually the Italian capital of Ontario.
Oh, that is hilarious. That is the funniest sounding.
It's where my dad's from. It's
I've
where
heard
my dad, he knew all the old mobsters in Guelph.
I was born in Guelph.
Like California's any better.
You guys?
Oh, come on. California's got worse names. Sacramento. Come on.
I think we got Crujo's new nickname.
Hack and sack, Joycey.
Guelph. That sounds like something. That sounds like a character from Willow or something. Like, I'm Guelph.
There's a city in the United States named Butt.
It's Butte.
No, it's Butt.
I don't want to defend American cities. I'll stick with Butt. Butt's fine.
Okay. Apparently, Kev is scaring Deke.
Oh,
with your mobster knowledge.
I doubt that. I doubt that very much. Deke has got nothing to worry about over there.
Well, the Thunder Bay Mafia.
Yeah.
It's him, T-Bone, and Dar, and that's it.
All right. Should we show stuff or what?
No way.
Host. Come on.
Come on.
Well, we only got him. We only got him till 9:00. So
all right. Well, we will definitely let Mike lead things off. Normally, we start with vinyl adjacent stuff, but I think that's what he brought today. So
I might have vinyl. One of these boxes looks vinyl sized. Do you want me to start with that box?
We always start adjacent.
Yeah.
Adjacent.
Don't start with vinyl. Vinyl. Start with something else.
Okay. This one here's from Germany.
German CDs.
It's from Berlin, actually.
Hit that subscribe button.
Hit that subscribe button. I think I know what this is. Kevin may remember this.
How can you not know what the thing from Berlin, Germany is? Like, how many things
I
are you ordering from Berlin?
I order stuff all the time. All the time. But it is a CD single. Ah, yes. And it is the CD single for A Box by King's X. Remember Martin Popoff? God, was that a month ago already? Yeah. Martin Popoff was talking about how much he loves the song A Box.
Yeah.
This has on this has on it a song called Freedom, non-LP bonus track. Yeah. Other than that, it's got A Box and Looking for Love. The jewel case is absolutely mint. That's a lovely jewel case. These things always break in the mail, the little CD single ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That?
Yeah.
So you get that off of eBay?
Discogs.
Oh, Discogs.
Discogs for everything.
Now, so Kevin brought that band into the show, and I gave him a little listen to one week. I tried them out. They love their chroma key videos back in the day. There was some.
They used to be.
Wow.
Popular.
This one's from the album Ear Candy. Kevin, I don't know if you've listened to that one yet. I believe it was in your box, not A Box, but your box.
Whoa.
And then we have one from Japan.
Nice.
And this one has been in transit so long that I do not remember what's in here.
I should mention that Mike is the kind of collector that collects everything. When he gets into a band, he's got to get all the obscure songs in that. And a lot of the songs, like the Japanese versions of CDs, have an extra song. So if a band comes out with a new album, he won't buy that album from America or the Canada. He'll buy it from Japan to get that extra song. That's the kind of collector he is.
I like that. Why don't you just
hardcore.
start with the Japanese one?
That's what Kevin's saying. That's what Kevin's saying.
said.
I will wait.
Oh,
I will not buy the domestic version. I will wait until I can get my hands on a Japanese.
Oh, I see.
Most of the
When
time.
he had-
Some doesn't always work out that way.
When he had Storm Force on, he showed them the Japanese version of the CD, which had the extra song that they themselves hadn't even heard. Yeah.
They've heard it. They just have never seen a Japanese copy.
Oh, okay. Was that what? I thought they hadn't heard it, or they didn't hear it on the CD or something like that, or whatever. I don't know. You would know. Anyway.
Deggy13 is asking if I sell on Discogs. I do not sell. I do not sell.
Oh, Daggy.
Classic Daggy.
And any tips or experience you can share for buying or selling there? Yeah, I don't sell there, so can't help you. But buying, I only buy from someone with a feedback in the high 90s. As long as you read the description of the item and only buy from people with feedback in the high 90s, you're golden.
There's stores on there too. That's all I've ever bought from.
Shop. This is probably from one of my favorite Japanese stores.
It seems like whenever I look up stuff on Discogs, it's always in the UK or somewhere extremely far away with incredible shipping fees. So I don't even look there anymore.
Oh, yes. So this is, all right, perfect. This is from another one of my favorite Japanese sellers. And I ticked off a lot of boxes with these guys. Another King's X, Tapehead. This one ranked very highly in the Martin Popoff show again. Bonus track here is not listed on the back, which is unless you read Japanese. So I'm just going to go ahead and open this. There's usually a little sticky tab that you can open.
I'm going to take a moment and say hi to Mrs. Lobabob is popping in. It's good to see her. She joined me earlier today for a live stream premiere of a Bob Dylan concert we played down here. That was a fun morning. Look for that on this channel. Another good concert from 2002.
That's called the Obi strip.
Do you save the OB strip?
I do save the Obi strip. I will keep that shrink wrap intact so I can put the Obi strip away properly. And the bonus track on this thing, God, where is it? It's usually in the booklet that is all Japanese. Come on. This is really frustrating. You know what? Look it up on Discogs. There's a bonus track on here.
Now, what if it's not on the CD and it's only one that you can download? Does that irritate you at all?
Oh, there it is. It's on the disc itself. Thanks for saying the word CD. The song is called Two.
Like, which two?
Kind of anticlimactic there.
TWO? What kind of two are we talking?
Yes, TWO.
The number two.
Yes. Okay, so sorry for all that anticlimax there. This one I have been looking for a long time.
Ace.
Japanese version of an album I already have. This came out in 98, I believe. Featuring the live bonus track Shock Me, which is about, I think, 9 minutes long of guitar solo. And it's only available on this Japanese version of Loaded Deck. So this is a huge box ticked off in my Kiss collection. Very, very, very happy to have that. And this is not sealed, but it is the debut solo album by Minoru Niihara. I hope I said that right. Minoru Niihara, the lead singer of Loudness. And this is actually my very first album of his. This came out in 89, it looks like, which would have been probably the year that he was booted out of Loudness.
I think we found Curtis's new nickname.
The Laundry Man.
No, Minoru Niihara.
Minoru Niihara.
Yeah.
How much friggin' laundry does Curtis have?
A lot. It was one of those weeks. Hey, Mike, I've got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So, do you know what the reasoning is behind a lot of these Japanese releases having a track? Like, why do they do that on those?
I do know that. It's actually a very logical reason. Japanese CDs are generally manufactured to a higher quality standard than ours, made of better materials than ours, and as a result, they're more expensive. So in Japan, it's much easier for you to buy an American import of a CD rather than your own domestic product. So what they do is they include bonus tracks, posters, stickers, all kinds. He changed his name to Guelph, I noticed.
I did not change my name to Guelph.
Somebody else did.
Magical powers that be did that.
Yeah, so you get the gist. In Japan, they give you added value since you have to spend more money to buy the domestic version. They give you added value. They give you a reason to want to buy it over the cheaper American imports.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's also Chinese too, right? They could get really cheap stuff from China.
Oh, yeah, that too, actually. Mike's nickname should be Check in the Box.
Mike is so used to hosting these, he's taken over the chat.
That's-
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. This is the last box, and then I'll shut up. Last box. This is from Encore Records.
It's all good, right?
This is from Encore Records in Kitchener, Ontario. Always like to support local when I can. I thought I bought two. Oh, yeah, I did buy two things. Good.
So you can shop at Encore in Kitchener and they'll ship to you?
Yeah.
They have an online presence?
Yes, you can pick up at the door if you want to, but I like to have stuff shipped to my door, so I did. And,
But they have a decent web store? I'm always looking for good Canadian
Yeah.
vinyl places.
Yeah, Encore Records. Deeks checked it out. Absolutely. Blame John T. Snow for this one, though.
We will.
Def Leppard's London to Vegas box set. I don't even know anymore how much Def Leppard I actually have or need in my collection. I'm assuming that this is all stuff I don't have, but you never know. That's a beautiful looking box.
Well,
And,
there's a good story. Mike, tell him the so Mike actually has tracks that Def Leppard themselves lost. They did not have access to it.
Wait a
And
minute.
they needed them for a new release. So they reached out to Mike. They said, Mike, you must have these because your collection's so massive.
Wait a minute. Do we really want to get Mike to keep
Really?
talking? Because I've already monopolized the first half
No,
hour.
go for it.
Oh.
Man. Go for it, please.
It's fine.
We've
Okay,
all run
so
out of vinyl records to show, so this is what we do now.
I don't want to get up right now, but there's a Def Leppard box set back there. And it's Def Leppard, the complete collection, volume 2, which covers everything from, I think, Hysteria to Euphoria. Or something like Adrenalized to Euphoria. Anyway, the later middle years. And in 2000, 2001, they officially released on their website 11 tracks, live tracks, that you could download. It's like one a month or whatever. So I would download them and store them on the hard drive. And when finally they released all 11 tracks, I burned them to a CD and kept it in my Def Leppard collection. Loving it periodically and not thinking too much about it. But when I started my website, like, right over here.
It's there. It's right there. Yeah.
There. When I started my website, I decided to review these tracks. So I put them up with a little review. And over the years and far away, one day I got an email from a guy also named Mike. That was a representative of the record company and in charge of things like special projects such as box sets. And he asked me about these tracks because apparently Def Leppard didn't have them anymore. They lost them. And I was the only person publicly, acknowledging that I had these tracks. So I sent him all 11 tracks and didn't hear from him for, a long time. And then at some point last year, I think it was, he emailed me out of the blue and said, thanks very much for the tracks. The box set's coming out in a few months. We'd like to thank you in the liner notes. How would you like us to name you? And stuff like that. So if you look at the box set, it says, and very special thanks to Mike LeBrain, MikeLadano.com, for your assistance with the live tracks. And it's in like big bold letters and stuff. It's like one of the boldest things on that page of the booklet. So yeah, that was kind of a special moment. They sent me a copy of it, which was nice. And Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Kevin. That's actually a fun story.
That's a good story. That's a good one.
Can I show you my vinyl at least?
Yeah, sure.
Because apparently I did buy vinyl.
Wait,
And,
we're only at 31 minutes though. We're gonna show vinyl already.
Breaking records, yeah.
Well, I mean, this is my last one.
Go for it.
Go for it, man.
I don't have. I'm still building a Styx collection, and I didn't have Cornerstone, so now I do.
You could say that's the cornerstone of the Styx discography.
You could argue that. I mean, listen to the songs. You know some of these. You know Babe, that's for sure. Boat on a River, Lights, Borrowed Time. Some classics on here, and I think this is red vinyl.
Oh.
I don't... it does say on the front. Red vinyl.
Nice.
There you go. It does... Oh, it does say limited 1,000 copies.
Whoa.
There you go.
Ooh.
Are we
So
opening
that's cool.
that?
Well, sorry?
Are we opening that?
That sounds like a request.
Ah.
Oh, this is a
like our colored
gatefold.
vinyl.
This is a
That's true.
gatefold too.
I
highly doubt. Maybe Deke would know. Oh shit! Sarka says LeBrain Train 2.0. Kevin, see, I need to shut up. I need to get this over with and shut up.
No. Don't listen to her.
Maybe Deke would know if the original Cornerstone was a gatefold. But
I had a copy of that down here forever, and I just brought it upstairs the other day. I can't remember if it was gatefold or not.
you know, I was just bitching about half an hour before the show started about a guy who's doing a toy video, and half of it was him removing it from the packaging. And now here I am.
Was it video games and collecting and what was the name of the what was the name of the channel? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
Oh.
Okay, so it is nice.
Wow.
Nice
Ooh.
gatefold there.
Look at that
Dressed
stash.
Yeah. Two stashes, really. If you look at Dennis DeYoung and James Young, they both have pretty sweet stashes.
Yeah.
And take a look at the vinyl. Ooh, that's nice too.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's neat.
That is nice. Oh yeah. Red translucent.
Red.
Oh
vinyl.
yeah, that's
Translucent.
the stuff. There it is right there.
That's
Slower,
gonna
Mike,
quell
slower.
his juices going.
Oh, I almost guelphed.
There you go. I'll shut up now. That was a lot of fun. I'm glad I waited to open these live. It's more fun with sharing it with friends.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, there's one more thing I got to bring up with Mike, and that's how his website is actually more accurate than Wikipedia itself.
That's not true.
He battles with Wikipedia. He's got legendary battles with them, with some websites or some people out there who like to contribute to Wikipedia and put wrong information on there. Especially like some bands who try to disguise the fact that they have no original members anymore, but they still want to go and tour out with the name.
Who's that?
And
Guess who?
Guess who's got they got the drummer
They
that
got the
was
drummer.
on
Yeah, guess
that
who's
was
got the drummer?
on. He's not even the original
You
drummer.
know
He was
what,
just
though?
on-
This band has a member in common with the Guess Who.
Well, you would know that. That's above my pay grade.
The bass player, Rudy Sarzo from Cuba,
Oh, right, yeah.
is in both the Guess Who and was in this past
Right.
70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, still going on today with 0 original members band.
Do you want to mention the band at all, or is
Quiet
that
Riot?
Yeah. There you go. So-
Really?
So Quiet Riot has no original members at
They
all.
haven't for a long time.
Right. They did have the one guy just passed away though
He wasn't
last
even
year.
the original drummer.
Neither is the drummer for the Guess Who. He was just the drummer on a couple of popular albums. But yeah, he at least he had some attachment to those albums in the 80s.
Right, he played on all of the classic albums.
You know
What?
what? Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say what irked, and this is long before the blogging started, what irked the Wikipedia community was the fact that they changed their own Wikipedia entry to state that they did have original members, and that their third album was actually their debut.
Yeah, which is not correct.
That was months of sniping back and forth.
Yeah, which I understand why they want to do it, because they feel like as if what's going on there, Kurt?
It's not my sock.
Don't go through the other machines, Curtis. Just your own.
Whoa, it smells really good.
Well, put it under your pillow tonight. It'll bring you good dreams.
Miss Lababob brings up a good point. If no former member sues you for using your name, then you're fine, right? And she's 100% right. Like, they had the blessing of Kevin Dubrow family to go on and continue. Like, it's a personal thing. If you're going to call yourself original members, you have to have played on the first album, in my opinion. And apparently Wikipedia's opinion too. So
it's the whole it's the ship of Theseus. Do you know that?
I watched Vision in WandaVision, yes. And you're right, it is.
They did use it in that. You're right, yeah.
Yeah, and you're 100% right.
But yeah, is it even still Quiet Riot?
Well,
is it both Quiet Riot?
I would just say that the issue isn't that the fact that they're touring out there under Quiet Riot. That's fine, but just the fact that they're trying to
that will be next week's intro, Deke.
Disguise the fact that they have this original members when they don't. That's all. That's like, just be honest. It's fine. If that's what you want to do, but just be honest about it.
Now, their argument is of course that Metal Health is the debut album to most people who've ever heard of Quiet Riot. Nobody's ever seen the first two albums, although I can show you one right now. Their argument is that nobody knows those albums or that band. But the fact is, Randy Rhoads was in that version of the band, which makes it significant.
Well, and don't they tout the fact that Randy Rhoads was a former member of the band?
I don't know if they still do, because now there's so many former passed away members of the band. It's funny what Guelph said, because you can actually make a complete Quiet Riot lineup out of the members in heaven. You can make bass, drums, vocals, guitar complete with original members. So
that's crazy.
That's the ship right there. You've got half of it. You've got the Spectral Vision, which is one version of Quiet Riot, and then you've got the other Vision, which is the other version of Quiet Riot. If you've seen WandaVision,
right?
Apparently not.
I have. I don't want to spoil anything.
I haven't seen.
Oh, that's 2 weeks ago now. We're already into Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I haven't seen. I got 4 episodes in, and I kind of
but you don't even care about. You don't care enough to worry about spoilers.
I guess
I've had this argument with you a number of times.
I'll get that.
Dude, you just got gaslighted there, Kevin. You're like you don't even care about spoilers. Yeah, I guess not.
No, that wasn't gaslighting. That was reading his mind.
I do. Part of me wants to watch it, but then the other part, I haven't got to it yet. So it's a fair enough point. If I really want to watch it, I would have watched it already.
I would say tune into Falcon and Winter Soldier tomorrow. And
you haven't seen it yet, right?
That's starting now too?
Tomorrow.
Oh, jeez.
Along with the Justice League Snyder cut.
Yeah.
Big day.
What is that on a streaming service?
HBO
too?
Max.
Oh, we don't.
Hey, is it true that he's doing it in black and white?
Well,
I didn't.
I thought I heard that.
I didn't even see Justice League. I didn't like that Superman Batman one. So
no, I never saw Justice League either.
It's just a thing. I mean, it's whatever. It was kind of a screwed up story anyway, because Zack Snyder's daughter died and he had to leave the project and he never got to finish it. And then Joss Whedon came in and completely screwed it up. And then there was this big outcry, let Zack Snyder finish his vision. And I think what they're doing, and I feel like how they're selling it is, this is it. The canon one is the Joss Whedon version, but we're putting this out there just to fulfill our promise to let his vision be seen. But I think if the Snyder cut is really successful, they would absolutely retcon and go because the Snyder cut supposedly ends on a cliffhanger. And so if that's successful, they're going to try and capitalize on that. Why wouldn't
Absolutely.
they? The DCEU is in tatters right now. Of course they would grasp at straws like that.
Well, DCEU is in tatters, so how hard is it to retcon and say, well, this is what actually happened?
Because they want to
how many
see
Jokers are there, and how many this, that, and the other thing are there?
They want to see how it's received before they commit to anything.
Right, but what I'm saying is that's easy to do.
Right, and they will, but they're
given the
acting
state
like
of
they
the-
can't. That's the thing. Is like it's they're like, listen, guys,
No,
like
we can't.
Yeah,
We
exactly,
can't.
exactly.
Well, we only got 10 minutes left with Mike, so before he goes, we got to get down to the bottom of the. I need to know the reason why, Mike, you hate both Die Hard and RoboCop. Just quickly in 10 minutes.
I just said that offhand. I didn't mean that.
What? Both of them?
He hates
No,
both RoboCop
no,
and Die
no.
Hard.
That was just
But
a
he's a
comment I
huge
made.
fan of Die Hard 2 and RoboCop 2.
I probably have seen neither Die Hard nor RoboCop since the 80s.
Oh, why are you doing that to yourself? Come on, get on it.
Well,
He's
what do I
too
have to
busy
gain from
helping
that?
Def Leppard.
They're great movies, man. They hold up. They really do.
I like Peter Weller.
I mean, you're a sci-fi guy. You're a science fiction guy, right? There's
but
a lot of
RoboCop
good
wasn't
science.
I
Yes,
just-
it's there, man. If you
all I
watch
remember
it again,
is a guy falling in a vat of acid and then his head getting crushed like a pumpkin.
there is that, but
Yeah.
there is a lot of social commentary in RoboCop.
There is. Where do you stand on the Point Break versus Blues Brothers?
Oh God.
Okay, I've never seen Point Break, but Blues Brothers is my wife's favorite movie, so I
go.
obviously love it.
That counts. That counts. One
Boom.
more vote for Blues Brothers.
There you go.
I mean, the only good thing I have to say about Point Break is there's a rat song in the soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
Nobody rides for free.
Mm.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
They were
Yeah.
wearing Reagan masks. They were wearing president masks. I
Yeah,
remember that.
There was Nixon, LBJ, Reagan, and Ford. I think Ford or Jimmy Carter. Okay, what do you want to do now, host? You're muted. We can't hear you. Yeah.
I was
you go.
muted. I was making so many good cracks. I'm like, I can't get a word in with these.
Oh, are you shitting me? You missed everything?
Kevin,
was
the
for the
Justice
best.
League is on Crave tomorrow. You watch
Okay.
Crave.
Okay.
The weird thing
Justice
I
League.
saw about it in the promos, they're showing it's all this weird aspect ratio that's like 4:3. And so people are wondering, is the whole movie going to be in 4:3? But I've also heard that it's because they're showing you the IMAX footage, which IMAX has this weird aspect ratio. It's kind of like 4:3, but since it's so giant, it doesn't matter.
Right.
So I assume they're going to cut, the right aspect ratio in there, but all the promos have it in this weird 4:3.
It might jump around. Some movies do that. Like what was it?
WandaVision just did that.
Yeah, but that's
3 aspect ratios.
that was
on
purpose.
purpose.
That was on
aesthetic.
purpose, but they can still do that on purpose. Maybe
Right.
flashbacks are in 4:3.
But they've had other movies where they have like IMAX sequences and it jumps aspect ratios in between those scenes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I'd like to see Kevin in IMAX.
Oh, jeez.
You know,
Jeez.
Kevin. So
Hey, can
far,
I
tonight-
ask a question?
I knew this was going to
Am I
happen.
allowed to? Am I allowed to ask questions?
I
But
knew- I
you
knew
guys
this
been
was
asking
gonna
me
happen.
questions. Am I
Sure.
allowed to ask a question?
Please.
Go
What's the
for it.
story? What's the story with Kevin and the Band-Aid?
Oh,
Band-Aid.
I already told you. I accidentally.
Yeah, I want to
bumped
hear
my
the
head.
story though. It's not
I-
just I hit my head. There's more
I
to it than that.
accidentally bumped my head, and these guys made a big deal out of it.
It was a
that was
big
the
deal.
worst. You've been
That
the
was the end.
minstrel for Mike Ladano this whole night, telling the greatest stories for him.
That's it.
And then we asked you for a story, and you're like, I don't know.
That's it. That's the whole story. There's nothing to it.
No, we
What
were
did
talking.
you hit your
we,
head
we-
on?
We brought up
The toilet?
we
Was
brought-
it the flux capacitor?
Chris Roberts, who's not here tonight, had a VHS copy of Outlander, I believe it's called.
Don't
right?
make me go get the DVD.
I'm not gonna make you get it. It's he had a movie from like the 80s starring Sean Connery where he's like a cop on Jupiter or something. And Kevin, having to brag about his DVDs, went to get the DVD to show he had like the superior version of it.
I didn't
And on his
have
way
to
back,
go.
you see right back there, he's got that like fireplace to his right. right over his
It
shoulder.
didn't happen live on the stream,
No,
did it?
no. We were zoomed in on someone, so it happened off. But as he was turning around or something, he hit his head on there, and
That's it. That's a story. Isn't that what I just told him?
and he got a
No.
really cool scar.
No.
There's no scar.
He was close going to the hospital that night. That's
I
how
was not.
deep and bloody it was.
There
was
was
like,
no chance.
No
Hulk
scar.
Hogan
Look at
versus
you.
Andre the
Oh,
Giant.
it's so obvious.
Was
We
it
can all
good for
see it.
views?
Oh yeah, it went through the roof. It Entertainment Tonight picked up on it. It was
Great, yeah. RollingStone.com wrote up about it.
that's
Yeah.
true. And then he had to cover his head for the next 3 weeks because he didn't want to show this massive head wound.
Yep, he looked
None
like
of this
a
is true.
longshoreman.
None of this is true.
I don't know if that's true or not. I don't think he's ever worn a hat on my show.
There you go. See,
He did.
I did
we
not.
simulcast your show
We
one night.
simulcast, and you were wearing it. We could go back. We have proof.
That would
I
have to be
was
the
not.
ZZ Top show. maybe?
No, I was on your show and I did not have anything on my head. It was
How can you say that? We have
because
proof.
I didn't have anything on my head.
Guelph has spoken. We have
Who's
proof.
gaslighting who now?
Maybe can Matt Bandy help us out here? Can you back
Mr.
us up, Matt
X.
Bandy?
I got my Kevin hat on here. To cover my,
Exactly.
I brought just in
Terrible.
case. I brought a Kevin hat tonight too.
Terrible.
my Kevin took.
A toque. It's a
Toque.
toque.
Sorry.
Everyone go get their toque.
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
It's good to see you, Matt Bandy. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Sorry that I'm late.
Don't worry, we haven't shown a damn thing yet.
I was just getting ready to ask how many records have been shown.
Zero.
Actually, no, that's not
No,
true. Mike
actually-
showed a bunch.
Oh,
See, that's right. Deke's got it right. I wear a trucker cap. That's what I wear.
Mm.
My trucker hat.
There we go.
There you go.
well,
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Mike, were you aware that night when we were simulcasting you during our show?
Don't think so. Do you remember which show that was?
It was the you were showing an ACDC like
was the
bootleg
bootleg show.
show. It was the bootleg.
Oh,
show.
That's
that was
right.
A good one
That's right.
with John T. Snow.
And Kevin
So-
was showing all the bootlegs that he got from me, and I'm like, maybe I
Right.
should be on that show because
Just all smiles. I've never seen Kevin in a happier mood.
I
High
told-
energy, Kevin.
For one, those are my bootlegs that you got from me, Bill. Two, the Mike Ladano show treats me a lot better than you guys do.
Mike
So that's
Ladano
why-
show.
That's
What
why
show
I'm
is
happy
that?
with it. The LeBrain train. I go on the LeBrain train. Everyone's nice to me.
You know,
Unlike here.
originally I wanted to call it Deacon LeBrain, but I couldn't get him to commit to doing it every week.
Yeah, Deke's an important guy. He's got
Yeah.
stuff to do.
He
so
does. He's got big things going on.
I
Big
don't.
stuff
I don't
going
blame him. I mean, and he wakes up early and all that stuff. So
on. Yeah.
he made the
I'll
right
be-
call. He made
Yeah.
the right.
No, he did. He did.
I'm making moves to get Deke over here. I'm gonna steal him from you guys.
You should totally have Deke on. 100%.
You guys can keep Kevin full time. We'll get Deke.
You should have seen Deke's t-shirt collection, his Iron Maiden t-shirt collection from last week. That was epic.
Yeah.
No wonder he's obsessed with me folding laundry.
Yes.
He wants
Yeah.
to know. He's judging you. He sees that you do not have any Iron Maiden shirts. So.
Does he enjoy me folding laundry? He keeps commenting on it, but like
Everyone's enjoying it. Yeah.
As far as I know, I how many likes do we have, Bill?
Whoa.
I can't.
I just got a text message from Aaron.
Don't tell me he's watching this.
Iron Maiden up for Hall of Fame this year, apparently.
Oh.
I don't know. Is this news? He just texted me as if it's news, but with Aaron, it could have been news a month ago.
What? So they're not in the Hall of Fame already?
No.
Yeah. Hall of Fame is a bit of a joke, anyway.
I don't know if that's breaking news or not, because it's coming from Aaron, who, he lives in Owen Sound, which is north of Guelph.
It is. Yeah. Correct.
One big laundry fan there. All right, so we have maxed out our time with Mike, unfortunately, but I
Yeah,
do
I gotta
appreciate
fly.
you coming, man. That was awesome.
Good
Thanks so
times,
much for
man.
coming on the show.
Make sure
Very much
you wear your
appreciate it.
Kevin headgear. for
Nice to meet you,
safety.
Mike. My name is
For
Matt.
Hey, Matt, how you doing?
That's
All
right.
But for safety, wear this, Kevin.
That's why I do it.
Yeah, we're supposed to
Kevin.
be working on Curtis's nickname, not my headgear, but whatever.
Well,
whatever
that's how
floats your
things
boat.
change in the world of live streaming. One day your balls of steel, the next day your open door piss.
That is true.
Hey, Mike, can you do me a favor? Next time Kevin's on your show, can you give him a harder time? Because
Actually, I can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
we got to
I don't-
balance it out here.
No,
I
it's all
hadn't
good.
considered it, but now I see how things roll. So sure.
I'm quite happy with how things are operating over there at the LeBron train. So
All
we'll
right,
just
well-
leave it status quo.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll play it by ear.
Sure.
All right. Well, thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
awesome.
We'll see you
Absolutely.
next time.
Take
Ciao,
care, buddy.
baby.
See you on Friday, Mike.
You got it.
All right.
Ciao.
Yeah, you guys got to check out the LeBron Train YouTube show. That happens all the time, but Friday definitely. right?
Fridays, 6:45 Eastern time.
Yeah. So and when we're on Fridays, you can watch him first, and then come on over to us at 9 when we're on
Sure.
Fridays.
If they're done. If they're done, then come on.
Only if they're done.
That's right. They're still going, then you're committed.
Damn it. Matt Bandy coming in. Good to see you, sir. Thank you so much for coming back.
Yeah,
People
always.
were-
Thank you.
People were like, "Where's Matt Bandy? I'm not going to watch if there's no Bandy."
Glad I could. Yeah.
So that was fun, right? That was good.
What did I
That was
miss?
great.
Oh,
dude.
you missed all sorts of stories.
Stories,
Everything.
great pickups, just
Yeah.
unboxings. I would argue it was our best ever show. That little
Yeah.
chunk.
It was our only good moment that we
Yeah.
had so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Curtis
That's all.
started naked, and as he was doing laundry, put on clothes. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
Started
how they
with it.
feel when they're nice and warm.
You
When
only
they
caught the
come
toque
out.
part. We got everything else.
Mm.
yeah, he has a Green Bay symbol shaved into his chest hair. Turns out.
Oh,
I thought that was a tattoo.
It's both.
Oh, I see.
So if I happen to shave it all, it looks like
You
a
can
hairy
follow
G. Yeah, it's like a paint by numbers sort of thing.
you only tattooed where the hair was growing. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys ready to start the show?
Yeah. Why not?
All right. Yeah, Kevin joked earlier how we're running out of vinyl records, so Mike could chat it up as much as he wanted. That's kind of a joke, but also like I'm about to start showing my vinyl adjacent by bringing you an obituary. That's how much I've ran out of content.
Oh,
dear.
obituary. What is this? SDC Pod?
Well, you know, we get to the day of the show, and I'm always like, what the hell should I show as vinyl adjacent? Then I remembered this news story happened earlier this week that is important in my world, and Miss Bob certainly knows this story too. This
goodness.
week, you guys remember this album, right? I've showed you this how many times?
Mm.
One of his worst ones.
No, but this week, the lady in the back there, Sally Grossman, passed away at 81 years old.
Hmm.
So she was the wife of Bob Dylan's manager, Albert Grossman, and she got in that picture by Daniel Kramer. So I went digging for some other, just to show you some more Sally. Why not? Let me get a little close up here. Here's another shot. This is by Friedman. I think that's who the photographer is. There's Sally in the same room that they shot that cover in the Grossman's kitchen. There she is in the background. Another shot of her.
What did Sally do?
She was the wife of Albert Grossman, the famous manager who managed so many folk artists and the scene around Greenwich Village. She's the one. Here's an alternate shot of that cover by Daniel Kramer, and in the background, instead of Sally, is who would be Bob's wife, Sarah, and she introduced Bob to Sarah. So she's responsible for giving Bob this muse in his life.
Well, that's pretty important.
Also for him losing a sizable amount of his estate later on. Here is a different shot of the cover. Notice the cat is now with Sally, and there's no rotation of the focus, but that's, the Grossman's kitchen has that beautiful fireplace in there.
fireplace in the kitchen?
Yep.
Kevin, does that fireplace scare you?
No, I'm quite all right. I have no fear of fire.
Kevin's like, no, take it away.
So Kramer would tell the story how he took this shot. He just told him it'd take like an hour, but they ended up like 4 hours getting that shot ready. But he took only 10 frames, and the one that made the cover is the only frame where all three subjects are actually looking at the camera. Unlike that one where the kitty's just doing her own thing over there. And I got one more picture of Sally to show you. Again, in that same kitchen. This was, I think, a year earlier. This is still by Daniel Kramer, though. Bob was reading the newspaper, and Sally walks in, and got a lot of clothes on there.
Yeah. There's your nudity.
There you go.
Hit the like.
That's how Curtiss started today's show. Okay.
Yeah. I look good in a two-piece.
So we say goodbye to Sally Grossman, who went on to 81 years of age. If you'll permit me, I do have a couple more vinyl adjacents. Only if you permit me. Guelph, you good? Good.
Guelph allows.
Now, Kevin turned me on to this online Blu-ray retailer in Canada, in Toronto, called Unobstructed View, and the odd time they'll put Criterion titles on sale, which doesn't normally happen too much. They put it on sale for 40% off, which seems like a big deal, but they already have like a little bit of an inflated price. So 40% off just brings it to maybe $10 off of what it would be on Amazon. But that's enough to make me pull the trigger. And you guys know this is one of my favorite movies, my favorite coming of age movie. And I was enough waiting. Let me just purchase it. So I finally pulled the trigger. Criterion version of Dazed and Confused right there.
Yes. Yes.
Director approved.
What's special about that one?
It's got all this junk in it. It's full of stuff.
Definitely full of junk.
It's transferred off of 4K and has a new DTS audio track, which should be pretty good. DTS HD Master Audio soundtrack. There's there's a 50-minute documentary on here. There's essays, the same, all the stuff you're used to seeing from Criterion. I think there's also a poster in here, so maybe we'll have to do an official unboxing video for this later on this channel.
I think your daughter should unbox that.
Yeah, let her at that poster.
You guys can't let anything go, can you?
No. I thought it looked like everyone just left.
They did. That's it. Where did they go meet?
I don't know.
We had to talk.
I got one that's already open. We can see if there's a poster in there right now, shall we?
Why not?
Sure.
So this is the
pre-release my pickup video.
Well, you always tease us with your dumb things, and then we have to go watch more videos. Oh, there's definitely some ephemera. Oh. Hold on. Before we get to that, there's some sort of thick booklet. Looks to be a bunch of
stuff,
notes, and a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, Criterion, man.
Yeah, this is a good one. Although I will say, I'm a little. I don't like when Criterion puts out these like cardboard box ones. I like all of them neat in a row in the plastic like normal case.
Why don't you keep your Criterion movies separate from the regular ones?
Yeah, they should be separate.
I do, and I have all my Criterions together, but then you also have like the boxed ones, and I have like this On the Waterfront, Ace in the Hole, and they're like these weird, like bigger cases. I don't like that. All right, let's see.
I put them all together. I don't care.
I don't think. Can I open this without ripping it?
I think you can. I believe you can.
I don't know. I've seen Curtiss handle some things.
I like the car. I do like the car.
That's pretty cool.
Well, too much stars and stripes for me, but other than that,
I would
Never
carve out the car.
Well, remember, Bill, the film takes place on the bicentennial of America. That's a big part of the story.
That's one thing that made no sense about that movie is how they all had like these like pristine. It was either pristine old cars or these big muscle cars or all that. They're all high school kids. Like there was not one Pinto or K car in there.
But that's how it is in every movie where it's a period piece. All the cars are always super nice because they're getting them from like collectors.
Yeah,
and
I know.
collectors don't typically keep them in like shitty conditions.
It's no bueno.
It is no bueno.
I mean, it'd be fine. It'd be fine. I get it. They're pristine cars, but you got to put like a K car in there. Or
There is some shit cars in there.
There is zero.
The juniors
looked.
drive a shit car.
0.
The juniors are driving around a shit car.
They're not. They're all good.
And some of the girls are driving.
No, they're not.
Isn't Banyan's
Watch
car,
it again.
like got a bunch of primer on it?
Well, look, I only watched the first 20 minutes of the movie. And in that first 20 minutes, in that parking lot,
there we go.
Nothing but pristine cars.
Nothing but bullies and pristine cars. I'm out.
Yeah. Well, what's the point? I don't want to watch that.
By
the way, I watched that dumb Mank. Have you guys watched that yet?
It's on my list.
It's
awful.
I have 2 movies left before I've seen all of the best picture, best actor and everything. And one of them is Mank. I watched 20 minutes of it and I was like, oh man, this movie
is so boring.
Yeah.
So boring.
Really?
Now, a good one I watched is the one with Glenn Close. We just watched that tonight.
Hillbilly Elegy or whatever.
That was great. I love that.
It's sitting right next to my Blu-ray player.
I enjoyed that one. That was good. I can't believe that's not up for Best Picture.
Show the die cut cover. Did the things change in the window?
No. Okay, so you got all these faces and stuff. But it kind of looks like that. There's no, and then the back is that.
So you can put it in that way, right?
Yeah, does
not really.
Doesn't line up, eh?
I don't think so. Make me destroy my version. All right, let's see.
Not really.
Yeah, what are they thinking? God damn it!
They ruined it. This is what I'm talking about. Why even make it in this stupid cardboard box thing?
Okay, I do have one more, if you guys will permit me. Sorry it's taking so much time. Criterion sale again. So this was another thing I put off. I was kind of angry about the details when this got released. I didn't think it had enough in it, and I held it against it, and I kind of refused to buy it. But the last sale, and Denise, who normally shows up on the show in the chat, she kind of shamed me for not having it. So I pulled the trigger and got the Rolling Thunder review, a Bob Dylan story by Martin Scorsese right there.
You didn't have that already?
Another criteria. I mean, it's on Netflix in full on, right? And if this got packaged with the concert movie that Bob made at the time called Ronaldo and Clara, that would have been a no-brainer. But for extra bonus stuff, there's not as much in here. But now I have it forever in case Netflix pulls it off. And I have a pristine copy. And it does have some extra video stuff and extra documentaries. And the ephemera in here is quite nice. It has a tour diary, I think, from Sam Shepard. New essay by novelist somebody, and writings from the Rolling Thunder Review Tour by Sam Shepard, who was the quasi director on the quasi concert film Ronaldo and Clara that they were doing that never got released. So that's what I was hoping would be the bonus disc on here. I do like how they renamed it for the release as Bob Dylan's Story by Martin Scorsese, because when they first pumped this out, they were acting like this was a real-to-life documentary, but it's kind of tongue-in-cheek to what happened. So finally have that. Maybe we'll get an unboxing of this too, because I need those 25 views the unboxing videos get.
I don't own that one.
Okay, you will. You will someday. This is a
will I? Does it cover his gospel stuff?
It does show the moment, like you know who Reuben Carter was falsely tried for murder.
Yeah, the Hurricane.
Right, the Hurricane.
Oh yeah.
So it does show him, like, during this tour, he was on a crusade to free Hurricane. And so you see some of that in here.
Okay.
I do like that Bob Dylan song.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Bandy, this is the era of Bob that I would recommend for you, by the way. I just never got around to bringing you the cuts for it. So that is my vinyl adjacent for my turn, and I can pass it on over to Kevin.
Well, I got some movies on that sale as well. I got Moonrise Kingdom, The Irishman, and Moonstruck. So those were my 3.
I thought you were poo-poo on The Irishman.
I like The Irishman.
You liked it that much?
Yeah, enough to have it, enough to buy it. I mean, I loved all that mob stuff in that. I just didn't like how I don't want to get into spoilery stuff, but
he doesn't move like a young man.
Well, I mean, that was
that guy's hips are shot.
I mean, the old men move a certain way, and
they glide.
Yes, especially when they've had a hip replacement, and the way that stuff went down just didn't kind of fit the motif of a mobster.
Was that the recent Criterion sale?
Yeah. Well, it's in Canada, right? So we don't get in on the Criterion official website. It's a retail outlet in Canada online called Unobstructed View, and they have sales. I guess it's like quarterly. It seems to be like 4 times a year. They just put all their Criterion stuff, all 40% off. Sometimes it'll be Arrow, sometimes Kino Lorber, or wherever you say those guys.
Yep.
All those different things. They'll just have random sales, which, and they're not like Bill said, it's not like crazy, but like, $30 for one of those Criterion things is good for a Canadian price, versus 50 or, 55 or whatever.
I dig.
Okay. I don't know how much time we're going to have. I don't know what I should do. If I should go through, should I just do everything all in one shot?
Are you leaving?
Well, I planned on staying because I wasn't sure how long Mike was going to stay, and I couldn't leave him alone here with you, vultures. So I needed, so I planned on staying. So I don't know if we'll get through 2 rounds. So we got 45 minutes.
We have many shows ahead of us. Don't worry about it. Take your time.
All right. Well, I got stuff that I want to open.
Do it. Open it. Pick something. Let's do it.
All right. Well, okay. I'll save this stuff for another time. I'll get to this thing that I've been dying to open. This I bought, I don't know, sometime came in the mail sometimes last week. This is Rush's final live album, R40 Live. And it went on sale. I had it on my wish list there for a while. It went on sale for $22, which I didn't think was too bad for 4 CDs or 3 CDs and a DVD in there.
How much?
It was $22
for a DVD too.
It's I think, I don't know.
That's pretty good.
Let me see what's in here. I might be talking out of my ass because it's 3 CDs, 3 CD set. I thought there was a video thing in here though. Maybe there isn't. I don't know. It was $22 anyways. But it's like, I don't think it's their final show, but it's, from their final concert. It's a show from their final tour. Let me try to open.
Where is the show?
I don't know. What does it say here? I don't know. I got to open it up. I got no pull tab on this one. This isn't like early 90s CD opening. We got the handy pull tabs. There we go. Okay. So there's the inside there, and you got your pocket with your manual, as Chris Roberts likes to call them. And it looks like it's just a 3D CD set. But there is some, I thought there was some bonus stuff on here.
What are the lines on the CDs? What is that?
I don't know. I guess it's 440. I guess like 4 decades.
Oh, okay.
I guess that's what they were going for. Well, let me see what it says here. Oh, there's a lot of words. I think it's just one show. And CD3 is, see, like there's like some videos and stuff, something with Eugene Levy.
On a CD?
I don't know. It says it's a 3 CD set. Let me see what the heck.
I was promised 4 at the beginning of this.
Well, like I said, I was probably talking out of my ass.
Is it in the manual, maybe?
I looked at there. There's too many words to figure it out. Anyways, who cares? It's just a friggin'. This is a set. There you go. Oh, you're doing your laundry too, there, Bill. You got that?
Oh, yeah, there's time.
Yeah,
Time.
sure. Why not? Why not? Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This isn't vinyl adjacent. This is actual vinyl. But I want to.
That's a big one.
This.
Where's that from?
So this is from. Now, Bill's going to be the only person that knows where this is from when I say this name, and nobody's going to care. But it's vinyl, so I mean, come on. This is from Gord Downey's website. Told you. Gord Downey was the lead singer of the Tragically Hip, which is a big band in Canada, huge band in Canada. And in fact, you can go over to my website, buriedonmars.com, where I'm currently doing weekly reviews of the entire discography of the Tragically Hip. So go check that out. And I've been getting into not only the hip, but Gord Downey's solo stuff as well. And I decided to take the plunge on a few albums as I've been streaming and listening to it.
So what's the cliff notes? Are you liking what you're hearing?
I have not. I've only given their debut EP a negative review so far. Everything else has been solid and really good.
Oh, Derek's in the chat. He knows who you're talking about.
Deggy13.
Deggy. Thank you, Deggy, for backing me up. I don't know if he backed me up, but at least he said he knows who he is. And I like how they put it in a pizza box. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Like it's a legit pizza box. There we go. Okay. Oh my goodness. Almost lost it all. There's a glass in the way here. So we got Coke Machine Glow. That's his debut right there.
Oh, I thought you said Coke Machine Blow.
No, sorry. This is a Canadian record, not an American one. This is Gord Downey, Battle of the Nudes. No nudity there, though. Just some artwork there. There's the man himself right there, Gord Downey. Passed away in 2017. Rest in peace. This one is Secret Path. This, he was... Before he passed away, one of the things he wanted to do was he was like a champion for indigenous rights in Canada, and he got a lot of legislation in that movement.
Do you know who the artist of the
it's
cover
Jeff
is?
Jeff Lemire.
Okay, that
he's
art style seems familiar. I recognize that.
I believe he's a Canadian.
Recognize the name.
I believe he's a Canadian artist, and he's got what do you call them? Graphic novels out there.
Okay. Is it, okay,
Sarah's got a few. Yeah, Sarah's got a few of.
Did he do a character with a kid with like horns? On his head?
Good, you got laundry. Come on the show.
She's wrecking the basement there. All right, and finally we got this is the Posthumous record. This is just came out. Brand new release. Away Is Mine. I actually haven't listened to this one yet at all, but it's a big double. So there we go. I don't know if you want me to open them up.
Yeah.
All right.
Why not?
I know that
is Coke bottle for real?
I don't know if it's Coke bottle, but I'm pretty sure it's colored vinyl. 2001 debut solo album remastered, available on vinyl for the first time. Includes digital download.
Hey, pick that up. You wreck my posters?
So
that is so rude.
Oh my goodness. We're witnessing the downfall over there.
Payback's a bitch.
Hey, did my old house sell yet there, Bill, or what?
I don't think so. Not yet.
I think they're asking too much. I think that's the problem.
Dude, I had no idea that was the deal nowadays.
I sold that house in like 3 days, man. But it didn't even make it on MLS or whatever the heck they call it now, Realtor.
I'm sure they'll get more.
You think so? Think there'll be a bidding war?
That's what's been happening. The house beside me that Kevin used to live in is for sale for the first time since Kevin sold it.
Well, you guys used to be neighbors?
Yeah.
What?
Used to be neighbors and co-workers. I used to be the Joe.
I didn't know you were neighbors. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were direct neighbors.
I was the old Joe. And then I left and Joe replaced me. And Bill's
really? Like the same job?
Sort of, yeah, I guess so. No, I'm sorry to say it's just black vinyl. But it is nice and shiny. Yeah, Joe, I would work the overnight shift and Bill was the evening shift. He had the plum evening shift.
Were you guys on even ground, or was one a little bit more important than the other? Where did you stand?
I mean, Bill had more seniority, but if something needed to get done,
oh yeah, we'll go to the overnight guy.
I mean,
like
there was
who could boss who around?
I mean, when it came time to like, we need to reset the server, who's going to do it? I mean, I knew it better than anyone else because I had to do it a heck of a lot.
In your days, we didn't even have servers.
I'm sorry, but
Still
we did for
filming.
commercials. We did.
Did you guys know each other before you started working together, or was it just a chance that you were happened to be neighbors and happened to be working at the same place and became friends that way?
So what had happened was Bill and I started working at this place, and we had apartments, right? He had an apartment, I had an apartment. And the rent was getting so crazy in the town that we lived in Barrie, Ontario, that we both decided to get in on the housing market at the same time. And there was a builder building homes, and Bill had bought a house, a semi attached home. And Sarah and I were, like, we didn't want an attached home because you never know who the heck your neighbors are. So we were looking at a fully detached home, but the home beside Bill was free. So it was $5,000 less to buy the semi-attached home, and the neighbors. So it made sense to move beside Bill.
Was it just the two halves?
It was just the garage. The homes were just attached by the garage, and it was open on the other side.
Okay.
Deep dive on our.
That's funny. I'm
trying to show vinyl here.
Nobody cares about the vinyl. Back to you guys living together.
We didn't live together.
Okay, listen.
Well, basically, you did.
Oh, look, a digital card. Again, just black vinyl.
So, is that a very popular thing, like the semi-attached housing in Canada? You don't really see that in America so much.
Really?
Yeah.
No. But it's huge in London as well. Like, that's massive. It's all over the place there.
Well, I mean, it became popular, I would say, about 20 years ago, 25, 30 years ago, because the housing market has just got so crazy, right?
Yeah.
It got so expensive. I mean, I don't know how much I should say, but like the house that we bought, we paid, like I think it was $140 we paid for our home.
Canadian loonies?
Moose bucks. That was in 2003, I think, 2002, 2003. Now the person who's living there trying to sell the home for $640. That's only like, that's not quite 20 years yet.
That's a jump.
Yeah. So I don't know if they're going to get it, but I don't even want to know what this house is going for, because that is some crazy pricing.
But semis offered some kind of tax haven too. It brought your taxes down because it's not taxed as heavily as fully detached. So they're more saleable to people who aren't looking to pay as much property tax. And ours was only attached by the garage, so it's not really attached. Yeah, it was like the living spaces. It's just the garages.
Was there separate, like there was a wall between the garages then?
Yeah. And he actually got a larger garage because the areas that hooked up together Like that gave you all this extra space. The homes that didn't have it just had like just room for your car, and that was it. Where you got all this bonus space, and that's where Bill stores all of his snow tires over in there. He gets J-Rock to go up into the rafters there to get his snow tires for him.
Yeah, J-Rock, that we're due to switch around again. So
there you go. Well, if you're listening,
come back up.
We know you're back in the community. We heard you on the Cartridge Club.
Yeah.
So,
but Bandy, back me up. That's not really a thing in America, right?
No. There's like duplex houses where, it's the houses are kind of connected, but they don't share any living space, and there's separate garages. But yeah.
Well,
so even the new homes, like the new homes.
Yeah, even new homes. Yeah.
It's not very common, and I guess there's like duplexes or like townhomes would be similar to that, like a townhome. But I guess there's that. Like, I guess we just don't use that terminology, maybe like because I had never heard that until I went to London, and I was like, what? But you see all the house. I mean, their houses. You're lucky if you have a fully detached house. That's a luxury most people don't have.
Well, frankly, like the homes that they're building now, they look like, college dorms. They don't even look like homes. Yeah. They're all just all up in a row, and it's all like just the same home over and over again. Like their front
housing tract.
The front of the house looks like the back of the house. Like it's the front. It's technically the front with like access to the main road, but their gas meter and everything is like sitting right there, so it kind of looks like the back of the home. Then you go over to the back, and it's like down like an alleyway with their garages and stuff. And I don't know, it's just really, really ugly the way they put everything together. But
in LA right now, there's a big problem with what they call McMansions. So what's happening is these old, like beautiful homes, it's a lot of like Spanish architecture, Mexican architecture, and we're right next door to Mexico. A lot of really great old architectures, these old homes that are getting demolished, and then they're building in place of them these McMansions, which are mini mansions, but they're very boxy and ugly and just like no character at all. And they really, you'll drive into a neighborhood and they stick out like a sore thumb, because you got all these wonderful little 1-story like ranch style type homes and stuff, with the curved shingles on top, like the red clay like shingle, like just really nice looking stuff. And then you got this like big gray cement box that's just gross looking. And you see all these signs around like, no more McMansions, no more McMansions. I was like, boy, what it must be like to be an owner in one of these places. Like, like that's got to suck, because everyone hates them.
Yeah. Vinyl show.
But you know what? There's even semis on my street that, like I said, it's this tax umbrella. So they are separate houses, but they share one piece of metal that goes across this void between the houses.
Yeah.
Just to link them, just so they can say, no, these are attached.
Yeah.
So they get a lower taxation rate.
Wow.
Yeah. There you go.
Kind of neat.
Interesting.
Put that in the intro for next week.
Yeah.
It's funny how we had such an energetic and fun first hour when Mike was here, and then Bandy comes on and we're like talking about housing.
I'm sure Matt is really.
I'm not saying it's your fault, Matt. I just, there was two distinct.
You're gonna read between the lines,
there.
Curtis.
All right, that's it. That's all I got. I opened everything. You guys weren't paying attention.
I was paying attention. It was very, it happened.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Right.
So you definitely went all in on the.
I'm still missing stuff. It's not everything. It's what he had on the website that was available. I basically sold Blazing Lasers on the TurboGrafx 16 and got all that.
There you go.
That's good. Really? How much did you sell Blazing Lasers for?
Well, that's a story. I should I tell that story? Do we got time? Do we have time?
We got all the time.
Well,
in the world.
Chris Roberts isn't here. I got an eBay story for you. Should I wait for Chris
Mrs. Lobob
Roberts?
has a good point. The housing thing is kind of vinyl adjacent.
That's true.
Vinyl siding, sure.
Yeah, vinyl siding, yes.
So I sold Blazing Lasers on it in mid-February. Sent it off to a guy in the States, in Washington State. And he got it on March the 2nd and gave me a positive review on eBay. And then March the 9th, because I used Sarah's PayPal, like eBay's through me and then Sarah's PayPal. Sarah gets this thing and she's like, PayPal is saying that this game that you sold was fraudulent. The guy is claiming that, he never made the purchase. So PayPal, the first thing they send us is like, this, we're just letting you know that this is happening and you don't need to do anything. We're going to investigate it. So put it out of your mind. Just, we're letting you know. I'm like, okay, that seems a little weird. And then maybe 3 or 4 days later, I get Sarah gets another thing saying, hey, that thing that we told you about, we need like a ton of information from you to prove that you sent this thing and anything else that you could send us to make your case. Otherwise, that money that you got is, we're going to have to refund it. I'm like, what is all this? So I look at it and I get a screenshot. I take a screenshot of him giving me the positive review on eBay, that it was sent to his address, and then I even did a reverse lookup of his phone number to verify that it was sent to the right address. Because the only thing that I could think of was that if somebody got into his account and tried to buy a game with his account, they would send it to their address or to a PO box or something like that. He wouldn't send it to himself, right? Plus the fact that he got the game on March the 2nd and then waits until March the 9th to complain about it, and not mention any of it on eBay, go through eBay at all. Just went directly to PayPal. So I sent them off all that stuff, and maybe within 2 hours, they came back and they said, okay, don't worry about it. It's all good. We're siding with you. But I was worried because you guys are always like, they side with the buyer right away and just want a refund right away, just make it go away.
Yeah.
But you won. You won. How much did you sell it for?
Well, it was 114 moose bucks.
That's pretty good. I mean, I don't know. Blazing Lasers, I know, is a popular one.
It was $90 something American.
Yeah. Was that just the cue card?
No, it was the manual and the case.
Gotcha.
And thing. And I mean, I traded a bunch of crap for it at the microplay, and
then you came out ahead.
There you go. Yeah. So
Groovy.
that's my eBay story, my PayPal story.
It's good.
Cool.
But have you ever had that happen to you, Bill? Like, sounds something similar that?
Well, you remember? I don't know if you remember. A few years ago, I had that PayPal thing where eBay said, no, we can't honor the return. So then they go through PayPal next, and then PayPal forced me to take the return after a big long fight.
Was that the camera thing? The camera?
Yeah. Thing? Remember I recorded the conversation with PayPal and played it back on the podcast, that thing. So yeah, I had everything on my side, but they still just sided with the buyer just to make it go away,
That's what I was afraid of, but like, to me, it just seemed like buyer's remorse. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. It didn't make any sense to me. Or he was just trying to get something free, like might as well try it and see if we can, just claim that it was fraudulent and see if they'll give us a refund for the thing.
Yeah.
Well, good on you that you got it. And I think Chris Roberts has told stories that he's been winning them too. So maybe they are getting a little bit more lenient towards the sellers. Finally.
Yeah, I was ready for a fight. Like, I was you know, because I hear the horror stories that they just side with the buyer right away and try to force you to give them a refund. But there was no reason to give him a refund. Like, there was nothing wrong with the game. And, if he doesn't want it anymore, then go ahead and sell it. It's your problem now,
Yeah. So his reason was just, he thought it was a fraudulent card?
He said he didn't buy it.
Oh, he didn't buy it.
Yeah. He just flat out, like, it was a fraudulent, like somebody broke into his thing and used his account.
Totally had all the facts on that one. That's open and shut.
Well, plus, positive review, like I got this thing and I didn't want it. Well, let me give this guy a positive review on. And like, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, whereas the thing with me was a camera that a guy said 3 months later, oh, by the way, this isn't working. I need a refund. So I had to prove that it was working 3 months ago when I sold it to him. So I had a tougher road to hoe. Field to hoe.
Okay.
What did you have to do with the hoe?
You got there. You
rode that hoe.
Good. All right. So we're up to old Guelphy nowadays. He's been stalling. So I'm kind of curious. What's he got for us?
That's okay. Okay. So first up, homework. And it was a pretty light homework week. I had a couple things, and I'm sad to say I got to neither of them.
Oh.
So I had Chosen Ones, which was a Matt Bandy special.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I didn't get to that either.
And I sorry. And then Tribute from Ozzy Osbourne. And I actually, so this morning, usually what happens is, like, when I do dishes, I'll listen to music. And so this morning I was like, all right, let's do the tribute thing or whatever. And I got there and I was like, I really want to listen to Ozzy, but I don't want to listen to this tribute one. And I was like, what if I just do the next one in line? Like, because I just did Blizzard of Oz. So I was like, I'll listen to Diary of a Madman. So I listened to Diary of a Madman. And it was good. I liked it. It was not as good as Blizzard of Oz, but it's still good. I think I would say that one is more top heavy. The back half, I don't know, was okay, but I like the obviously Flying High Again was great, but the first track on that's really good too. I forget what that one
Over
is.
the Mountain.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. But yeah, it was a good, solid album.
The live version of Flying High Again is where it's at on Tribute.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Well, and the thing is like, I kind of want to, like, when I get to Tribute, kind of know what came before. Like,
That's
why
awesome.
You know everything now, because it's just Randy Rhoads was only on those first two albums.
Well, I see. I knew in my heart that I was missing something that I needed.
I think Flying High Again is the only song from the second album on
Doesn't matter.
Tribute.
Now I know. Now I got there. So Tribute will,
I bless you, Guelph. You're doing well. Doing well.
All right. So now on to the vinyl. I think I have like 5 left.
What? Better show 2.5.
Stretch it out.
I kind of want to show them right now and just get them out of the way and see where this crazy podcast is going to go. I want to be Pinocchio, no strings.
I think you're seeing where it's going right now. This is it.
I'll tell you what, I kind of like it. If Wednesday could become laundry day. All right, let's do this.
Notice that as soon as you stop folding laundry, Deke is gone. He has left the channel.
I know. He sits here doing the timed updates of the laundry, and the second he hits 60 minutes, he's disappeared.
Yeah, that's it. I'm done. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. First record. And I don't think I've shown these, but if I have, whatever, I'm showing them again.
Nice. I'm not showing that. That's a good one.
No,
This is a great one. This is one of those things where Tears for Fears for me feels like one of those bands where this is their like greatest hits album.
Mm-hmm.
Because like all of their good stuff is on this, or all their big ones, that everyone's familiar with. So Shout, Everybody Wants to Rule the World,
Head Over Heels.
Head Over Heels. Yeah,
it's missing something. It doesn't have
There's
sowing the seeds of sound or whatever that sowing the seeds of something.
Whoa. This is old Mercury Records.
I think we might have like 3 copies of that album in our collection.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Because we got it on vinyl, and then I think we got a special edition CD, and then a regular old CD.
So, Kevin, you like that record, but you don't like any of the New Order stuff?
New Order's not like that.
No, it's not, but it's kind of the same vibes a little bit, same time period, kind of that new wave, dark wave stuff.
I like AC/DC, and I don't like Kiss. They're just 2 different flavors,
well,
you know?
AC/DC is good, and Kiss sucks.
Right, you know? So, even though they might be in the same camp, like...
Okay, that's a very good point.
I had a guy, like, he was pissed off at me that I hated Kiss. He was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. You like AC/DC, but you hate Kiss. And to me, they're just 2 different things. Completely different.
I got a friend who he's like one of my big music friends. He's a musician. And every time he comes over, he's like, let's put on something. And I'm like, yeah, go ahead. I'm being the nice host. Like, put on whatever your heart desires. Like, just go free. And 95% of the time, he puts on that Tears for Fears record.
That's good. That's a good friend to have.
Nothing against it, but he's a little predictable. You're a little predictable, Neil. Little predictable.
He's not watching. Don't worry.
No, he's not. Okay, here's the next one.
There, see, Sarah's the Tears for Fears expert. She'll give you a lowdown.
3 Dog Night.
Good stuff.
Oh, has there any 3 Dog Night been shown on the show? I don't think so.
I love 3 Dog Night. I would actually like to find some of their albums, but I never see them. Like, this is like the only one I ever see, which is not a bad one. I mean, it's their greatest hits, so it's good. But I would like to get like a legit album from them. It's the same on the back. So this has pretty much all of their songs, with the exception of all of their big ones, at least, with the exception of oh gosh, it's totally escaping me now. Mama, what is it?
One is the list number.
Mama told me not to come. Mama told me not to come. But this has let's see, Joy to the World, 1.
Yeah.
Old Fashioned Love Song, Let Me Serenade You, Shambhala, Never Been to Spain.
Love Song. That's a 3 Dog Night song. I forgot.
Yeah,
That's a good song.
We just watched the WKRP episode that featured the guy who wrote Joy to the World.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm with you, Charlie.
This is a good one.
Come on, Bill. Not everything in the 80s sucked. Come on. Not true.
All right.
I'm biased towards a whole decade.
Bob's Gospel was in the 80s.
Yeah.
This is another greatest hits.
Yeah.
Wings.
I've always said Paul McCartney is my favorite member of Wings.
So this is I like this. So it's got Silly Love Song, Live and Let Die. I mean, everything.
That's all the good stuff.
Band on the Run.
Just one song from each album? Is that how it's?
Pretty much. Oh, Ephemera. Ephemera alert. Let's do the disc first. Let's see. Is there anything special here? Black disc. We've all seen those. Do.
Oh.
Easy.
Big typo.
Yeah, go slow.
Careful.
Now check this out. So you got that, right?
Famous Wings parrots.
But then,
got
a little double-sided.
The other parrots from Wings. Was there only 3 members of Wings?
I don't know.
Just Paul, his wife, and the other guy.
Yeah,
This looks like a rom-com from the 90s. Like the guy out with the shoulder, like these guys.
Three's a crowd.
Yep. Love triangle. So okay, Two more, and then we're gonna wrap it up on old Frisle's vinyl collection as it stands right now.
By the way, we're still making Sarah laugh upstairs, unless she's watching something else now.
Oh, she's probably watching something else.
Yeah, just watching Golden Girls.
Okay, so I'm going to show this one again. I've shown it before, but I have a few of the what is it? Printed
Disney.
No, like these dumb in the plastic sleeve, like
Picture disc.
Picture discs. That's what I was looking for. So I showed this one before. This is my favorite Disney movie, Beauty and the Beast. What? You don't like it, Kevin?
Oh man,
I don't like Disney movies.
That's a very wow.
Racist.
Even Song of the South?
What the hell is that?
No, that
Is
was
that the racist one?
Yeah, that's the racist one. Okay.
Believe it or not, I don't like the racist one.
Well, then, Kevin, you're going to love this because my next vinyl is another Disney film, and that is a Goofy movie.
Never seen it.
Now, it's great. It's great, but it's a great soundtrack. This is actually a really good one, and it's got the Eye to Eye by what is the band name in this movie? Powerline, I think, is the famous band that they're going to see in the movie. Yeah, good stuff. Wow, crickets! I have never heard crickets this loud.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm lost here.
I don't know Goof Troop so well.
I don't know that movie either.
Glad I didn't save that for last. Glad I didn't save that.
Guelph, you got a question from the chat here.
Guelph. What do you think of Royal Cat Records? The best, probably. I don't know if I know a better record company than Royal Cat Records.
They got a good one.
I don't. What is Royal Cat Records?
No clue.
Is that these guys?
No clue.
Let's see.
Yeah, you never heard of the Royal Cat Records, the record-making division of Disney?
Is that true? Are you making that up?
I have no clue. Never heard of it.
I don't know what Royal Cat Records is, but
and he has another good point. He's all over Guelph today. You won't listen to Ozzy tribute.
Let me get this.
But you'll buy not one but two picture discs.
For the record, both of those were gifts.
Oh, here's the answer about Royal Records. Whoops, it keeps moving. It's in Guelph.
No. There you go.
And I actually have been, if you've been watching the podcast, I've been on the hunt for Blizzard of Oz. I want to add that to the collection. I really dug that. But I want to get the 40th anniversary one that has the live tracks on it. That was the one I listened to on Spotify, and that was really good. Okay. Final vinyl.
Well, hold on a second. Let's just set Charlie straight because he wasn't here early on. Early on in the show, Curtiss, an American, was making fun of the town name of Guelph.
I wasn't making fun. I was celebrating.
So he also mentioned early on in the show that he was looking for a new nickname. So it came together perfectly. That's why
I wasn't looking for a new nickname. I didn't like the nickname that was being bestowed upon me, and I vetoed it.
We'll see.
No, that's
Matt,
gone.
He tried to get us to call him Cujo.
You can't make up your own nickname.
I did not make it up. I did not make it up. I was saying that's what my nickname was in high school.
I don't believe you.
Know, that's an accepted nickname.
We're gonna need like a yearbook with like things for like, hey, have a good summer.
I will get a friend on the line next week, and we will.
You know, a lot of actor friends who could pretend they were your friend.
What? You know, nobody puts their nickname on. I don't have like a piece of ephemera that has Cujo.
Like in your yearbook, like didn't people say, "Have a nice summer, Cujo"?
No.
Cujo is voted most likely to succeed.
You know what, though? I do have some yearbooks. Maybe I'll pull those. Those will be my vinyl adjacent next time. All right. Let's do.
This week he's writing Cujo in the mall.
Different handwriting. Make it look legit. Use your left hand.
Everybody knows my nickname's Cujo. It's all accepted. So you guys just feel free to call me Cujo. Final vinyl. Here we go. Any guesses?
ZZ Top. If you went alphabetically.
Yeah, give
I
us a
did not-
hint. Where's this going? Is it movie or is it alphabetical or is it numerical because you're at the end of the alphabet?
Okay, so I finished the alphabet, which apparently Wings W is the last. I had already shown some other ones in the past, and so I was doing the rest of them. But at the very end is these, because I don't know how to file these, so I put these at the very end. So it's a good chance it's something like this.
Lion King.
It's not animated.
Oh,
Live action Disney.
Charlie said Frozen.
So it's live action Disney. Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying.
Oh,
What could it be?
Taking
Indiana
two.
Jones, Star Wars.
You're in
No,
the
he
right.
did Star
You're in
Wars.
the right ballpark.
Star Trek.
Christine, the movie.
Cujo.
No, I wish it was.
If it was Cujo, then you'd get earned the nickname.
I wish it was. All right. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Da, da, da,
Oh, of course.
da, 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 da.
Nice.
Boom, boom, boom.
So is that the full album or is that just a
It-
single on there? What's on there?
It's a full album. So what's on there? Let's see. Side 1 is The Power of Love.
So it's a soundtrack.
It's the soundtrack, yeah. But not entirely. So yeah, I'll go The Power of Time Bomb by Lindsey Buckingham, Back to the Future, which is just the theme, like Alan Silvestri. Then Heaven is One Step Away, Clapton, Back in Time, Huey Lewis. And then side 2 is the Back to the Future Overture. And then The Wallflower, Etta James, Night Train by Marvin Berry and the Starlighters, Earth Angel by Marvin Berry and the Starlighters, and then finally Johnny Be Good, performed by Marty McFly and the Starlighters. Now, what's great about the Johnny Be Good is it's the one they use in the movie, which is not the actual. And for the longest time, I always assumed that was the real Johnny Be Good because it's clear he's lip syncing, and I always thought that was like the Chuck Berry one.
No.
And
Who does vocals on that?
I don't know. It says Marty McFly.
It wasn't him?
No,
No. I think it was the Alan Silvestri band because they did everything. Like even like in the Back to the Future 3, they did all the, like when ZZ Top's doing that, stuff. They did everything. By the way, Sarah got it in the chat. The Back to the Future soundtrack.
Oh, nice. Nice. She got it.
Yeah.
Well done. Erica wins. And that's it, folks. We have reached the end of my vinyl collection. Where we go from here, nobody knows, but stay tuned for the next vinyl collection to find out.
Free balling it. The next episode. Free balling it.
I'm sure laundry is going to play a part somewhere.
It has to.
Yeah.
There's a good chance that that's what's going to happen. But I'm going to let our closer over here do what he's got to do. Let's see some 7 inches.
I do have. I actually, so I'm not in my house right now. I'm at an Airbnb for this week in town because we had water damage in our house, and both of our bathrooms had to be remodeled and tore out, and floors being torn up. So we were staying in an Airbnb, and
That's why your Wi-Fi is so good.
Exactly, and I'm right by the router.
Oh, there you go.
A little silver lining there. But I had to actually went home and picked up my box of 7 inches. That was partly the reason that I was late too, not the full reason. But while I was home grabbing the records, I got a little something in the mail for my adjacent.
Nice.
It looks like a patch or a sticker.
Look at
You're on the right track.
Digi got a new vinyl record today too.
Uh-oh.
If it's not a patch or a sticker, is it a sticker patch?
There might be a sticker in here.
Is it a bumper sticker? No. What could it be?
Bumper sticker.
What could it be that's similar to that? A pin. A pin. It's a pin.
Ooh!
Yes.
Bing, 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 bing.
Yes.
So I'm glad that you mentioned Ozzy Osbourne, and specifically one of the tracks, because I know a lot of you. I've been posting some of my hiking pictures lately. I've been doing a lot of hiking in the area here. We have a ton of great day hike trails, and it's really, really nice this time of year because everything's kind of greened up. But there's a guy on Instagram, who runs a page called Hiking Metal Maniac.
Wow.
So he combines his love of heavy metal with his love for hiking. And that's actually kind of common in the heavy metal community. We like to hike. We like to get outdoors. We like to enjoy nature. So we kind of combine the two. So I got a couple pins from him.
More flair.
And look at this.
Ah!
Oh,
That's
the
the
mountain.
one I said.
Ozzy.
Very
over the
nice.
mountain. There you go.
Da-na-na.
It was meant to be. It was meant to be.
I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then I got a couple stickers too. So if you're interested in owning this, you can check his Instagram out. And I believe it's just Hiking Metal Maniac, and you can PayPal him $1 and he'll send this to you, plus the cost of shipping. So there you go. If you want to put that on your jacket,
Okay.
you can do that.
I got to get myself a battle jacket. So I only want to put one pin on it, and I want it to be that one.
Or you can
Like,
put it on a backpack.
Really
you
just
know?
like be championing that song over the mountain, right?
What a mountain. Yeah. So we left off in the C's last time on my 7 inches. And I teased this 7-inch by Chronic Seizure. The name of this record is Brain Sick. I hadn't listened to this record in years, but I put it on last week to give it a listen since I was going to be talking about it. But I believe this band was from Minneapolis, Minnesota. This is just really fast punk rock with more of some hardcore influences, but on black vinyl here. And I don't remember if it was you or Chris saying that we weren't sure if it was 45 speed or 33 RPMs, but this one actually, which is nice because you never know with these 7 inches.
Helpful.
Sometimes it gives you the speed on there. I think what he had said, he'd never seen a 45 that would play at 33 speeds. There you go. And then you just have your lyric sheet here. I don't know much else about this band. I think I probably picked this up at a show that they played in Chicago. I don't know if they released anything else besides this. Oh, great, Deke. But yeah, this one, it actually is better than I had remembered or anticipated it being. So next record here is by a band. Ooh, there's a sticker on here. Called Clear. They are put out on Triple B Records. They are a straight edge band, straight edge hardcore band. I actually picked this up in Portland when I was in 2015 when I went up for the PRGC, and I happened to pick up. Went to a record store there and picked this up.
Ooh.
This is like a weird yellow
Looks
color.
like pea.
It does. It's kind of a pea yellow. That's a good good description there.
It looks tasty.
Yeah.
Tasty
That has
pea?
nothing. That has nothing to do with you guys. See pea. I see tasty lemon candy.
Well, I think Curtis has a thing for urine.
Well, who doesn't love a little water sports every now and again?
I see a
Ooh.
new nickname coming.
Oh gosh.
Oh. Then on the inside, you got your just your lyric sheet here. Clear was I believe they were just kind of a side project from some of the guys. This band was from Boston, from the band called Have Heart, which Have Heart was a pretty popular band in the 2000s. That was just a side project band, I believe, from them. I don't think they would release anything more than that 7-inch. Next record here is a band called Clear Sight. They are, I think they're from Poland. But this was released on React Records. This was just a demo, kind of an obscure demo that I didn't hear of until this was released. The guy who used to run React Records was a big fan of this demo and wanted to put it out. And honestly, I think this was the only thing that this band ever released was just a demo cassette, and this got pressed on to the vinyl. It's really good. It's fun, youth crew style hardcore. On Clear Blue.
Blue.
Ooh.
I'm thinking of something blue.
That does not look delicious.
No? You go for the P, huh? And you have your, I don't know, it's on the inside here, just a fold out, a shot of the band.
They look like they're having a safe time.
Yeah. It's a fun time.
Do people get hurt in these things? It seems like it's pretty violent.
It's a controlled violence, I guess you could say. It's nothing.
Is it?
No,
Is it? Do you
yeah,
get in?
it is.
Do you get in there and jump around and shove people and stuff?
It might. You're not shoving people here. This is the difference. This isn't like a heavy metal mosh pit where you're pushing. This is more of a. It's hard to explain from people that have never been to a show or never gone to punk rock shows or didn't go up. This is they call it dancing. Okay, so. But in my younger days, yeah, I would dance at shows, and I still, every once in a while, if the mood strikes me, I'll jump off the stage. But that's about it. I'm, I'm getting them up my age, so.
What does it look like? Is it
that's not
Funky
bad.
Monkey?
like the Bushwhackers?
A little bit bushwhacker, yeah.
They did this, didn't they?
Yeah, they did more like this.
That's a
maybe
wrestling reference, I know.
Good work, Kevin.
Nice.
Well done.
And then you got with React, you always got a bunch of ephemera, a bunch of fun stuff put in here. And this is a little essay wrote by one of the members of the record label. And usually this is like a little positive message about being a better person, or what being into hardcore, being into this type of music kind of means to them.
So what is the rarity of something like that? And like, if you took it to your shop, how much are you getting for it? 'Cause it seems like it's pretty rare.
It all depends. That was probably I'm gonna say of that specific color, because usually there's like with React, when they would release their 7-inches, there would usually be either 2 or 3 colors, and one would be like 50, one would be like 100 and something, and then there would be like black usually was the more common, like maybe anywhere between 300 or 500 pressed. It just depends. But honestly, it just depends on the popularity of the band and the demand for it as far as price. Because I could have a record that's it's less than 100 press, but if no one really gives a shit about it, it doesn't go for anything.
Rarity doesn't necessarily.
No, that doesn't always equate value. Okay, next record here. This is kind of a weird one. It's one of the stranger.
Oh, this one's weird.
Yeah, I mean that's just a weird. Cloak and Dagger is the name of this band. This is another East Coast band. I believe they're from Boston. That's just such a weird Weird cover. So they're a hardcore punk band, but they definitely play more of the punk rock influenced hardcore. And
Do you like Blink 182?
no, I don't.
Why?
I never did. It just wasn't. Honestly, because at that time when Blink was getting really popular, I was already more heavily into like death metal and thrash. I had originally got into punk rock through heavy metal and through Slayer, so I got into like more older stuff. A lot of like the 80s and like DC bands. Yeah, I didn't listen to a lot of the California bands because that had a real distinct style. Was different from a lot of the East Coast and Midwest bands. So I didn't like a lot of that stuff.
So you're
that was
saying
more kind
that
of poppy.
because you were into something else at the time, there's no way you can like retroactively appreciate them.
Not at
That's
all.
not how it works.
No, but I just never did. I never liked that band. I know my wife liked them a little bit, but I just never got into it.
Question from the chat. Do you know Forgotten Rebels, Canadian punk band?
Never heard of Forgotten Rebels.
And Bandy does pick up a lot of Canadian stuff. So
I do. Yeah, there's a lot of good Canadian, especially out of Quebec and like the Toronto area. There's a lot of good stuff from that area.
I'll put that in your homework. Forgotten Rebels.
On white vinyl, I believe there was only a few tracks on this. So I think there was maybe four songs total. Actually, yeah, 4 songs total on this for a 7-inch. That's kind of short. Usually there's at least six songs. And let me finish out. I think I have another Cloak and Dagger record. I still have quite a few C's to get through.
Is the C's pretty indicative of like how many 7-inches? Because you have a ton of C's.
Yeah, there's a lot of C's. I don't know. Yeah, there's still quite a bit of C's. But,
little C's getting upset.
If anyone should be named C.
This is too many little C's. So saith Guelph.
So this is another one of their 7-inches called Kamikazes. This was also released by Grave Mistake. Cloak and Dagger does have a full length that I believe I have at home. But Grave Mistake always kind of did more of they did more of like a singles kind of releases with their 7-inches. So this is more like a traditional 45. This has just a side A and side B with one song on it each. So there you go. Actually, yeah, this here looks like this was a promo for their full-length album. So this was released prior to the full length. And there you go. I could stop there if you want me to. Since we're over the 2-hour mark.
I have a question for the vinyl pundits. I was noticing today that there is a like you see some records are they're like half speed pressed or something. Do you know what that like? Is that what you want to go for? Is that like
they would have you believe that is a better quality because
we're
spreading it out at a slower speed.
Okay.
So you know how like we were talking about the K-Tel records, how they cram everything in there on like a side, all those songs, and the more information you put on a side of vinyl, the less quality it has. So the idea with the half speed master is that they stretch it out over two discs. I have some, but that's just because that was the only version of the album on vinyl.
So half speeds are typically more discs.
Yeah, like and sometimes it's like how originally the album was put out on CD, so there'd be like 14 songs, and it wouldn't necessarily fit onto one disc, but it would fit on like a disc and a half. So in order to make it a little more worth your while, they'll put it at half speed to stretch it out into, 2 full discs.
Gotcha.
So, it depends. It's like anything else, if it's, if they didn't make as many copies or whatever, if you have it in your head that it's a better quality, then they're going to charge you more for it, whatever.
I was looking at rollingstone.com, like for their, because I was like, maybe I can find some of their records on their actual website. And I found they have some of the ones that I'm looking for, but like they're all like the half speed thing. And I was like, is that weird, or is that was kind of like the only option?
Yeah, someone I was looking at is releasing something. I don't know if is it the new Alice Cooper maybe on vinyl?
Yeah, I think that's on half speed. Alice Cooper did something weird where he, like his last album, it was 45 at 45 speed, and they were like the regular size records.
Do you have to? That's my other question, I guess. Does it change? Do you still play them at the 33?
33 and 3. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, to go to the length of buying those kind of records and then play it on your crappy record player, Curtis, not a good move. I wouldn't. I would rather you invest in a better record player before you go to rollingstone.com.
Well, guess what? See, here in America, we just got our stimulus checks. So
you got
here
it
in America. You got it? So
I got some extra spending money. Thank you, Mr. Biden.
You better spend that. You better spend that quick before that hyperinflation kicks in, buddy.
Oh, you got it. Well, I was going to save it for the rise in gas prices, but I might just splurge and get myself a record player.
Nice.
What is the yard sale situation over there in Hollywood?
I'm going to talk to you, Matt, about that. We'll discuss privately.
Yeah,
Curtis.
Well, I'm sorry. What?
What is the yard sale situation in Hollywood?
I don't know if there is.
Can you find anything? Because I mean, if you find a vintage turntable, ain't nothing wrong with that if the needle's still good.
Yeah, well, and you can always get a new needle. I actually have.
Place that too.
Maybe I'll do a video of it because it's in the other room. But my great grandparents, when my great grandmother passed away, my family asked me, "Do you want anything in like from their home? Like we're kind of piecing out everything, and then we're gonna get rid of the rest." And I was like, "They still got that old like record player?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "If they have that, I'll take that," because I remember like messing around with that when I was a kid. And so I got that in the other room, and this thing is ancient. Like I'm scared to plug it in. Like it looks like they just invented power outlets. And where'd Bandy go?
Yeah, what's going on there, Bill?
That's enough with your old record player talk.
He's like, "Yeah, man, I know it is."
I don't blame
you. Brought up the stimulus checks.
Don't got time for my 7 inches, but you got time for your great grandparents' record player. We were worried sick about you.
We didn't say anything.
My mom tried calling, and I'm on my phone doing this, and I had to decline her, and it made everything go to crap.
Wow!
I think it was
Sorry, Mom.
Yeah,
that's what we figured. That's what we figured. We weren't talking smack.
I think it was kind of karma shaming me. No, Mom.
So anyway, I got this old record player that I want to one day. My goal is to get it restored, but I should show you what it looks like.
What's
Can you grab it?
It's big. It's big. I mean, it's like it's.
Oh, it's like the piece of furniture.
It's off the floor and it comes up to here, and you like lift up the top, and it's a thing, and it's got this big old metal needle thing.
Inside, like a gramophone.
Yeah,
you got.
I know I have one of those.
So what I'm thinking is I'll make a little video and we'll like play it on the thing next week.
Yeah.
But I'm scared to mess around with that because that thing is old.
See, you were running out of records. You already got content for next week. Boom.
Yeah, it's a little teaser. Come on,
my grandparents had something similar to that too, but it had their TV. There was this old tube TV built into it, and then it had an 8-track player on the right side and a record player on the left side. And the thing was like probably 7-8 feet long.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine how much that thing weighed. It was like solid wood, and Yeah.
Those things
That'd
are
be
cool. I
cool to
wish I
have,
had one of
yeah.
those. Yeah, exactly. I remember my grandparents had one of those, and I don't know what they ever did with it.
Yeah. A lot of them, like I said, too old, too heavy, and their components weren't normally very good in those. Digi says he has an old console record player that inputted and updated.
So you're like, hey, record player, how's the weather? And they're like, it's going to be 75 today. Thanks for the update.
He meant gutted. Whoops.
Ow.
The chats are coming fast here. Sorry. Cool, Derek. Weighed 600 pounds. 600 kgs. Sorry, we're in Canada. Kilograms. That would be cool to do, like get that old thing of Curtiss's and put modern gear in it, top of the line modern gear.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that would be awesome. I really do want to like make it functional again, and it's got like an old timey radio on it that I'm like pretty sure is only AM.
Yeah, my sister got my grandparents had one at a cottage, but it was super old. It only had an AM radio in it, and it played 78s.
Oh wow!
Right.
Yeah.
And my dad. Oh, hey, how's it going?
Hey.
The old B&B.
Saw Kevin and got out of there.
And my dad actually hooked it up so it would have RCA out jacks. And I remember recording a lot of the old 78s onto cassette tape back in the 90s. So I don't know my mom if she still has all those old cassettes, but
you said those were crazy old polka records, didn't you?
Yeah, they were mostly polka and French. Like they wouldn't buy records themselves, right? It would be just, hey, we're getting rid of our cottage and we don't want to bring all these old 78s back to the house with us. So here, we'll just dump them off at, the Shalatinskys and have them go through all the friggin' old records. So there was a lot of like French, Polish. There was one, I don't know if my sister still has it, but it was, so like a lot of people, like when you hear the word album, right? Like, you think like album, like, an LP, but an album used to actually mean like a photo album, and it would be like a photo album of like several 78s.
Yeah, I remember
in a book. And one of them was an album of Viking funeral music.
I remember you talked about that on an old episode of. Didn't you play some of it on the show?
No, I don't. I
podcast?
can't remember. I can't remember what it sounds like or anything. I don't know if my mom still has the cassette tapes for it, but
okay. I remember you talking about that a while back.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
What's this?
That's
yours,
from
Bill?
No. That's Derek's that he was talking
Oh,
about.
nice.
Oh, nice.
That is pretty. So sorry to interrupt your story.
That's all right. No, that was it. Just that they had the Viking funeral music, and I'd like to, like, when this pandemic's over, I'd like to go over there and see if my mom still has the tapes and take photos of that old record player. I know it doesn't work anymore, and the needle on it was like a nail. It was huge, massive. But those records, like they were so fragile too. Like they would break all the time. That's why like they switched to vinyl, right? They used to be made out of shellac, and you just accidentally sit on one or whatever, and
and the tone arm was like cast iron, right?
Yeah. Like you'd put it down manually, like an old photograph. Like Bill remembers them from his 20s, right? When they had those when they came out new. You recall that?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. So yeah, that's the one Derek got it for $15. Very cool.
Oh wow. There you go.
Yeah, so that's the deal. And I'm sorry people are hopping in on the chat now, and the show is ended. We are past our 2 hours. So thanks everyone for coming by. I appreciate it, especially who was it here?
Mike Ladano.
Ron was saying that Central Cali has some sporadic garage sales coming back, and he finds some vinyl there. That's what I'd like to see. You West Coast dudes, show me some.
Wait, who said that?
Ron.
Who's Ron?
Ron Reynolds?
Central California. I'm from Central California. Where does Ron?
You don't know Ron?
I don't know Ron.
Well, how do you not know Ron?
I thought
I
everyone
don't know.
knew Ron.
Where are you from, Ron?
He can't
Central California.
answer you.
And Mrs. Loba Bob has her dad 78, so she knows what you're talking about too.
There you go. Jazz 78.
Jazz ones, they might be worth something.
Yeah.
Jazz ones.
To answer your question though, Bill, from earlier, I don't really do the yard sales around here. I would love, like, what needs to happen is Chris and Matt and I need to get together and go like make a video where we go hunting. I want to go into Chris's neck of the woods because that he knows all the places, and I feel like we'll get some good footage there. It's
Well,
gonna be weak sauce around
What
these
about
parts.
don't those what are those guys? Isn't there two guys that are in Southern California that do Rip and
Yeah,
Dip and what are those? What are their names? Enrique?
Yeah, Riff
Retro
and
Liberty.
Ricky. Yeah,
Don't
they're a
Retro
little bit,
Liberty. Yeah, don't they
Yeah.
do that stuff?
they do, and Chris and I kind of looked into it where that is. It's to go to it from where I am is like an hour and a half away. You know, so the immediate
okay.
LA area is not very. There's not much, you know. Especially with yard sales and stuff, you'll see them every once in a while, but it's always, you know, you drive by, you see them on the sidewalk, and it's just like, that's not worth stopping at. I'm gonna sneeze at it. Oh no, I might Guelph.
I think you're golfing right now.
I talked about it, and I talked myself out of a sneeze. I hate that. Now I feel like I want to sneeze.
We got to ask Miss Loba Bob how she gets. Thank you for the Kents, and she meant to type moments. How do you? That's a big.
How do you know Miss Lobo Bob? Like what? Okay, what does Miss Lobo Bob mean? What is that? Is that a Bob Dylan thing?
I think so. I think if I recall what she said previously, she said it kind of works like J-Lo and then Bob on there, but her name isn't J, so it starts with an L. So she went Lobo and Bob, I think. Miss Lobo
Pronounced Lababob.
Lababob, yeah. She came in for one of the premier concert, audio things I played out, and
of course
she hooked on.
Right, your Bob Dylan stuff. Right?
Yeah, she's Bob.
We say Labobo or whatever, but wouldn't it make more sense to like hit the Bob because that's where it comes from? So it's Lababob, right? It's so Lobo Bob, like Robo Bob, like if he was a robot, Lobo Bob.
if she was like J-Lo, she'd be Lobo Elbow. So Elbow. Her name is Elbow.
Elbow.
Yeah.
No,
that's an L and that's a bow.
Lobo.
Elbow is her name. There's an L and then there's a B-O. That's an elbow.
Mrs. L. Obo.
I'm going with elbow. I like it. See, that's how you start.
Loblob's Loblog.
Yeah.
You guys watch Arrested Development?
Oh, that was good times.
Well,
That was
with
the only,
Denise missing the last couple live streams, Miss Lobo Bob has taken over Denise's top spot as chief supporter.
Listen, I don't blame Denise. There's only so much of this she can take, and she hung in there for a very long time, but it was time.
She did.
All right, we're rambling. Let's get the hell out of here.
Oh boy, he's got another load to put in there.
So when the
Got more
waterworks
wealthy.
happen, do you put plastic all over that bed behind you, or how's that? How do you keep that contained?
That bed is basically there. I'm just trying to get rid of this bed, but I don't have the thing that's going to replace it just yet.
Well, you do some waterworks on that bed, and you'll be able to replace it.
No, it's
Very
all
quickly.
about it's vinyl sheets. Actually, that's what.
Oh, wow, there you go.
So speaking of the vinyl show,
So you are vinyl adjacent because you're beside a vinyl bed.
oh yeah, very good.
Well, what a show indeed, everyone! Thank you so much for joining us. All you guys, in the
Worst
chat,
landing ever.
that's been it's been a great show. It's been a great show. Let me tell you. And
Thank
a
you,
new-
Mike Ladano.
Mike Ladano. But more importantly, a new record for me personally. Not one piece of vinyl shown.
Oh, there you go.
I purposely tried to keep it that way, so when it was my turn, I was like, I'll give Matt enough time, and I think Bill will get cut off then.
I got 60-year-old Johnny Cash records here that have to be shown, and we have to decide which ones go to Kevin, which one goes to me. That's
I'm
still
getting the garbage. I'm getting the
that's still
leftovers.
to happen.
Doesn't it feel like Mike was on the show like yesterday?
It does. That feels 100 years ago.
So definitely check out Mike LeBrain YouTube channel. Check out his show on Friday. He's gonna another big show. Are you going to be on his show on Friday?
No, he's got a guest. So I'm never on when he's got a big guest. He's got Brent Jensen on, who's a big blogger and author, Canadian author. He wrote the book No Sleep Till Sudbury.
That's the Curtiss's nickname next week. Sudbury.
Sudbury's just going with random Ontario towns.
Good.
You should go with Calabogie. That's my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Calabogie. Calabogie Curtiss. That is
nothing.
perfect.
Nothing's topped Guelph for me.
You
so
need
far.
a 10-gallon hat. Come in as Calabogie Curtiss next week. Come on.
Calabogie Curtiss.
Got my country records here ready to show.
Show me that Johnny Cash. Now I sound like an old prospector. Oh, there's gold up in them hills. There is.
No, you sound like a leprechaun.
Oh, Mrs. Lobobov's got a
St.
good
Patrick's
one.
Day. Happy
Yeah,
St.
that's
Patrick's
right.
Day.
Oh,
We
yeah.
didn't even mention it at all.
Speaking of St. Patrick's Day, go do yourself a favor and listen to Black Rose, a Rock Legend by Thin Lizzy.
Oh, yeah. That's good times.
We all know about that. Yeah.
Do yourself go listen to that song.
I
In
did that with
celebration of St.
breakfast
Patrick's
this
Day.
morning. Okay, yeah. As I'm trying to wrap this up, thanks again, everybody. We got Kevin buriedonmars.com.
Yep.
Check it out. You got Guelph below him and Mr. X, Matt Bandy. And these people's details are in the comment, the detail thing if you look below.
Yeah, check out our letterboxes.
Otherwise.
There you go.
All letterboxes.
I'm behind on some reviews. I got to get caught up.
Get
Oh,
moving.
Josh Creep is popping in too at the last minute. And your homework mighty viewership, is of course to look back on this channel and check out the videos you missed, like me record hunting. You got to check that out. And me unboxing the Woodstock vinyl box set. You got to check that out. And check out the live Amazon blind boxing I did with my littlest daughter. That was a lot of fun. Check that out. As well as live music is on this channel. And the vinyl show will return. We don't know what it will look like next week, but it will return.
When does STC Pod return?
You guys still have not sent Joe the DMs to ask him when he's going to record it. So
The most inconsistent show of all time.
I said I wasn't going to chase him, and then I broke down yesterday and I said, when are we recording? And he's like,
Well, you already did a show this month, so you might as well just wait
So-
till next month.
whatever. Send Joe AC Decepticon on Twitter a DM asking when the next STC Pod podcast is, and we'll get that going out to you as soon as we can. He's busy working on that channel. That's big stuff happening on that channel.
Big time.
All right. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you next time. It will return. We will return. We'll be back. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time, and we'll play you out.